Still, don't underestimate.
Yeah, I'll underestimate, and then he can prove me wrong.
I'm going to take that pair.
Go for it.
Tongue Chai JD, Brendan Jones. That's my squad.
There you go. Great idea. All right.
Any other pairings that have caught your fancy?
Well, I mean, obviously Jerry. Big
Who's
Jerry.
Jerry
with Justin Leonard is good. You got Lumpy with Ernie Els. I think Jose Maria Olazabal
Easy
and
for you to say.
Miguel Angel Jimenez. I saw Jimenez on Monday. I don't think they're going to win. But I'll say this.
Wait.
No, I'm just saying.
Saw him on the range?
I saw him on the range. I'm going to tell you this. This was not going to surprise anybody, and I know we'll get to Rodgers and everything else. I was leaving here about 6 o'clock on Monday. One dude beating balls into the putting green and everything else. Who do you think that was?
John Daly.
The old John Daly's not here.
Strick.
No.
Is it
VJ Singh is renowned for he just pounds balls. That's what he does. He pounds balls.
That's what VJ Singh is known for.
Well, I mean, he is a bucket hitting fool.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
A ball pounder.
Yes.
He's a ball pounder.
Is John Daly not here because Homer killed him with his drive? As he brought up earlier in the week?
I'll let everybody else talk where John Daly is, because I don't know that. But we're excited. So, yes, I am going to be enthusiastic, and I am going to wave to people here. We got a little 3 for 3 piece. No big deal. A little 3 for 3 piece.
This is amazing.
Now, if we're smart, we're over there and we're getting everybody subscribed. We got everybody over. Hey, why don't you guys subscribe? That's what we should be doing. So Pablo, I'm sure you're out here somewhere. Let's get you subscribed.
So there's obviously all kinds of great Amfam partners, vendors that have their little booths. What you're saying is, given our location, there's a little opening in the fence right here. You think we should have Pablo in like a little booth?
No, not even a booth. Standing literally right there with.
I want him with a clipboard. That
Yeah.
seems official to have a clipboard.
Well, they're not signing like they're not signing a petition.
Just
We wanna get them
download.
to
Just
subscribe.
download our pod. That's what we're looking
Yeah.
for.
Okay.
ESPN Wisconsin app.
Boom.
And
That's it.
also sign up for jury duty while you're there. All right, we are live from TPC Wisconsin. I'm sorry, we got into your pairings that you liked. I am.
Yeah, I'll be here in a bit.
He's talking to the fans now.
Okay, waving, great. Conversations a little more troubling.
Well, you guys, that's
Very, very, very
Maybe we need
frustrating.
you getting people to subscribe, and Jason and I can do the show.
I'm fine with that.
No,
too.
you're the draw. So you got into your pairings, so we didn't actually discuss the course. I was in with Rob Hernandez, longtime colleague and friend of mine.
Oh, he did a nice piece on Jocko too. You guys know we love Jocko here.
We do. Not Jocko. Good.
Which
No,
one?
I love
Yeah.
both.
But that's not to whom you were referring.
I was talking to the TV Jocko.
Yes. But you were on this course. He was telling me the challenges of this course. That in some ways, as renowned golf analyst Jesse Nelson mentioned on our lovely drive here, that this is a challenging course. It's probably good that they have the team format this year. I didn't realize that a certain GOAT of golfers is turning 50 next year and will be eligible for this tour.
Is he coming out here next year?
And
Is that what Rob is? Did Rob break that news?
No, he did not report that Tiger.
Are
is
you
playing
sure?
here.
Because that's kind of the
don't know.
implication I'm getting from you.
I don't want to speak for Rob, but I think that there's a feeling, based on his sources, that this format and this course and his relationship with Steve Stricker, maybe next year.
So you're saying that?
I'm not saying.
But you're not
saying.
But you're not saying.
Don't do this.
But you
Speculation
think did I bring any of this up?
I'm saying that the format, from what I've been told by people who know more about golf,
Sure.
could very well be appealing to
So you think Tiger's coming next
that
year?
guy.
This is like Rodgers speculation all over again.
I would say
Less informed on our behalf, though.
obviously, I wouldn't go as far as to make that claim as you just. You're not reporting it, but you're not reporting it.
This is Rob's opinion. I reported Rob's opinion.
That Tiger will be here next year.
God,
I hope that
this
happens.
Why are you always trying to
that
stir
this
stuff up,
format
Jason?
would potentially appeal to him.
So he'd love to be here.
That the format would potentially appeal to him.
So you're saying I know Tiger and Steve are very good friends.
Yes.
That I
Yeah.
know.
So that checks a box.
Tiger would be 50.
That
I would
checks a
think.
box.
I would think when and if Tiger is healthy, that Celebrity Pro-Am would fit his thing. The Celebrity Shootout would fit exactly what he's looking for. 9 holes. Who knows? I hope that Rob and your reporting is accurate, and that that might be something.
Opinion.
It would be a boon to get Tiger Woods out to TPC Wisconsin.
Well,
no question.
It's going to be great. It is a really great venue. It looks amazing, and Jordan Love is scheduled to be here on the grounds as well later today after our show ends. Maybe he'll get here early and hop on for the final segment. It'd be a feel-good Friday.
I feel fairly confident he won't get there early. I just got a hunch. And not that he's going to be a late guy, but I got a hunch he's going to be where he's supposed to be at the time he's supposed to be there, and he will be exiting at the time he's supposed to exit. That would be my guess.
So you're saying if I text him now and say, hey, give us a call on your drive down, and we can text him that you're ready.
Absolutely.
We have not had him on yet.
Yeah.
Which
we
is
have not.
kind of criminal.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't do a whole lot of
Don't
radio.
care.
Does a few podcasts.
Yeah,
Rodgers did until he did. Now
we'll
look at him.
podcast it.
And now you can't get him off the podcast. Indeed. All right. We are live from TPC, Wisconsin for the Amfam Championship. I was going to go American Family Insurance Championship, but I went Amfam instead. We will be here all day. We have wall-to-wall coverage. Following us, Jim, Matt, and Molly moving up into the 12-2 window. And then KBN without the B.
Correct. Bachelor party weekend for old Brusty.
Will be here from 2 until 5. So you'll have us here all day long across ESPN Wisconsin. So be sure to tune in. We will keep you updated. We do not have a spot by the leaderboard. I was like, we're behind the leaderboard.
Oh, we are behind.
I'm
the
not even sure if
leaderboard.
they've teed off yet.
I don't think they had, but
Okay.
eventually during the show they will have.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated.
We'll keep an update
I
on it.
appreciate that. Just like you want to update your windows with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
I definitely do, and I'd love for this to pop up. And I will say this, it's time to upgrade your windows and doors, and you don't want to spend a fortune? Well, good news.
Good.
Pella, the best in the industry. That is good. And has a product line for every budget. And right now you can get no interest, and you don't have to have any payments for up to 2 years. So Tiger have played this twice by then. Right? Is that what in Jason's reporting?
Yeah.
That might be it. No interest, no payments for up to 2 years. So if the plan is to wait, guess what? You can get it now and wait to start making payments for up to 2 years later. Certain restrictions do apply. This offer ends June 30th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
We roll on live from TPC, Wisconsin with Tausch waving and trying to recognize people while, we have commercial breaks, right?
No, I
don't
like
know.
this better.
What do you want to do? Not say hi? I'm going to say hi.
The waving.
Why don't you say hi?
Because not everyone. It's going to be a long
It's going to be a long day. That's why we don't do these in person very often.
Yeah.
What is that? Seriously, what
More
is that?
next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Baseball is back. Brian Balaga here to bring you a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. A delicious and perfect pairing for a day at the ballpark. Stocked at American Family Field all season long. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part, 0 bubbles. Ask for it at your local bar or liquor store. Surfside, an official partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
Truck drivers, the job you have today might not be the one you want tomorrow, and that's okay. At Schneider, our transfer team is here to help you if you decide the job you picked isn't the right fit, or if you come across life changes that require a different schedule or home time. Last year, nearly 2,000 Schneider drivers transferred to different opportunities at the company that better met their lifestyle. Find the driving job that fits yours and your family's needs. Apply now at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
At Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless, another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
Do you know what to do in the event of a cardiac emergency? Would you be ready, willing, and able to help someone in their greatest time of need? Throughout the month of June, the American Heart Association is asking everyone to become a nation of lifesavers instead of bystanders during CPR AED Awareness Month. You never know when those life-saving skills will be needed, and you can make a difference when someone needs it the most. To learn more about hands-only CPR, sign up today for an online course at shopcpr.heart.org or find a Heart Saver course near you at cpr.heart.org.
It's party time at Cousins Subs. For a limited time only, Cousins 2-foot party subs are back. Choose from the club, ham and provolone, Italian special, or turkey. Each party sub is just $39.99, feeds 5 to 8 people, and requires 24-hour notice to order. And now you can complete your party by adding a party chip bag and a dozen chocolate chip cookies for just $4.99. Order today in store, online, or on the app. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel. This is not a drill. If you sink a hole-in-one at X Golf inside American Family Field, you could win the ultimate Brewers prize, a trip down Bernie's slide. Nail the shot, and you and a friend will get game tickets and up to 5 trips down that iconic slide. Yep, golf a hole-in-one, and suddenly you're living every fan's childhood dream. Book your swing at X Golf inside American Family Field, open to the public 7 days a week. Book now at playxgolf.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Wilde and Tausch live from TPC, Wisconsin for the Amfam Championship. We are by both the entrance and the exit.
Nobody's left yet. A lot of entrance.
It opened like 30 minutes ago.
A lot of golf tournament left.
That's what I heard.
So you also heard the big news in the National Football League yesterday, made official by the Pittsburgh Steelers last evening.
Quite a day on X yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah, it was an interesting day.
Big day.
Sure. I have to imagine the engagement on X was probably at an all-time high. And it wasn't just from Rodgers. It was fun. All right, continue.
Yeah. Pacers.
Is that what it was?
Pacers.
Pacers?
Yeah.
Boy, Halliburton's dad?
Did it again.
Halliburton's something, man.
Aaron Rodgers is going to play quarterback in the National Football League again this year. He will be doing it for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is flying to Pittsburgh today. He is taking part in their mandatory minicamp, signing a 1-year contract.
I think he's going to get 20.
He said publicly that he would play for $20 million this season.
Well, there you go.
So
that's a good deal.
It's quite the
for
negotiation.
Everybody.
Considering that's $35 million less than the average salary that Jordan Love is getting for this year.
Yeah.
That's fair. What was
Do you think Packer fans are now looking at it saying, man, it'd be nice he took that, got a little more talent around him back in the old days, we'd probably have a couple more rings.
Is that how
I would think some fans would probably say that. Sure.
So your immediate reaction when this news broke
Not
yesterday,
shocked,
not surprised at all.
Expected it. We all knew he was going to go to, if he was going to play, it was going to be Pittsburgh.
Did you ever think he wasn't going to play? You did, didn't you?
No, I mean, I
said
thought,
you did.
I thought that there might be a point where Pittsburgh might say, I think you obviously
We're going with
texting with
Mason
him,
Rudolph.
and I think from Aaron's standpoint, I think he had a sour taste. My point to him was it can get worse.
What did he say to that?
You look at it and you say, all right, you were healthy, and you don't want to go out with a popped up Achilles. You want to dictate that you played. He played 17 games. Yeah, the season didn't go great. Yeah, his stat line wasn't great. You're going to be 40. What is he going to be, 42?
42 on December 2nd.
42. So everybody wants the John Elway walk-off.
This one's for Aaron.
That was actually the second time around. But it doesn't happen often. So you understand the grind you have to go through. And he took away 2 months of the grind by not coming in. And he obviously, in his other pods, he was saying the things that are at play, and I get that. But not surprised that it's Pittsburgh. I'm a little surprised Pittsburgh was all right letting it go on this long. But that tells you that they think he can still play. And I do think you're going to have a player who wants to go out with a bang. This is going to be his last year. I feel fairly confident. And I think he's going to empty his bucket here, let it rip, and I think he's hoping that it all works itself out. But the odds are going to tell you it's going to be tough sledding for him.
And by the way, this one's for John was after they beat the Packers, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
The second one
And then he came back and did it again the next year.
Yeah.
So I speak Tausch.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify. What are your expectations for him? Because I will say this. I don't care. I know there's some folks in the YouTube comments per Jesse that think there's going to be a love fest for Rodgers. I'm not sure they've listened to some of the things I've said about him over the last couple of years, but I do want him to have like a Favre in 09 type season. I think it would be great for the league. I think it would be an incredible story. I think that would be.
You think that's possible?
I do. I don't think he was.
You think he can go 43-5 or whatever it was and take his team to an AFC Championship game?
No, I don't think Favre was.
Favre was like 33-4. Like it was an unbelievable season.
Yeah, Rodgers had that year where he's 45 touchdowns, 6 picks when he won his first MVP.
Sure.
But yeah, I will give you Brett Favre's stats from 2009, and you will tell me that you do not see that as possible.
Not the team's. I'm going to tell you this: the team's success, no way. I don't see it. Individual success, can Aaron put up great numbers and not throw a bunch of picks, especially with. I don't know where Arthur Smith is going to be at offensive coordinator-wise with Aaron. Mike Tomlin and what their MO has been for years. But I think they're bringing in Aaron Rodgers so that's not the MO.
Right. For him to be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I don't envision a long playoff run. Matter of fact, I think it's going to be tough sledding for Pittsburgh to get into the play. It will be very similar to last year. I think they need to get off to with the Jets. He needs to get off to a fast start. Because when you're more mercurial, and I'm not saying Aaron's mercurial, but that team, you bring somebody in like that, he's older, there's kind of that all-in deal, and if you don't hit that first hand and win on your double-up, you're going to be sitting there and scrambling, and that is not the position you want to be in if you're Pittsburgh. They're not going to be built that way. In a tough division, I just think it's going to be a tough long haul for whatever number he picks. I hope he picks 12. I hope he takes Terry Bradshaw's number.
In 2009, Brett Favre started 16 games. That was back during the 16-game season era. The Minnesota Vikings went 12-4. He completed 68.4% of his passes
good year.
for 4,202 yards.
He ain't doing that.
33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
33-7.
He could do the 33-7.
107.2 passer rating.
He's not going to have that passer rating, and he's not going to have that record. Like he won't go 12-5 either. But can he put up 33-7? And I don't think he's going to get. He didn't have 300 yards with Green Bay at the end of his career. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden he's going to be thrown for 400 yards a game. I don't see it. I think he'll be a really good. He will not hurt their team. He will give them opportunities to win. I don't know if they're going to be good enough up front to protect him. That I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some expert on Pittsburgh, but that's going to be the question mark. And are they going to have any kind of run game to go with? Because Aaron Rodgers, part of the elixir that made him the MVP was extending plays and doing all that stuff. That is no longer a piece to what he does. He now needs to be rhythm, ball out, and play to it. Now, he's going to have a strong defense. You know that. You're going to have special teams. So if everything falls into line, maybe they can catch that lightning. Maybe. Mm-hmm. But I don't think you want to make a living trying to catch lightning.
So I was on with KBN minus the B yesterday, and Kyle does not like Aaron Rodgers. He's not a fan. And so
you think most Packer fans – put this up on Twitter, Jesse. You think most Packer fans are rooting for Aaron to have good individual success in Pittsburgh? Because with Wisconsin's Morning News this morning, Vinny, who is Johnny Packer, loves the state – he's a big-time fan.
Okay.
And I had to get after Jesse on that hit this morning because I said, well, there's nobody – I don't know any Packer fan that is like, oh, the Packers did this, and I'm not going to root for him. Like Jesse and a bunch of his buddies did when Favre left.
Okay.
Those days, nobody's doing that. How many people are looking at it and saying, you know what, I don't mind if Aaron goes out and throws for 40 and 6, and, Pittsburgh has a good year. They get beat in the first round. I think most Packer fans would be like, you know what, Aaron gave us a lot. If they want to go and as long as we beat them in October, I don't really care what happens.
Correct. I think it's ambivalence. I don't think they're rooting
so.
for him. I don't think they're
so.
rooting against him. I think they're like, hey.
I'm going to make a prediction.
Okay.
It won't be over 50, but it'll be closer to 50% than you think that say, I don't want any success for him.
You want him to fail.
Do we qualify
They don't want any success. They don't want him to get a blown-out knee. They just are like, I hope he middles. That's the word I want to use. I hope he just kind of middles around.
Middles around. Should I qualify
Not
this
a phrase I'm familiar with?
Should I qualify this poll saying as long as it's not against the Packers? Because I don't want to allow a cop-out answer here of.
Yeah, no, everybody knows we want the Packers to whoop them in Pittsburgh.
Put that in there anyway,
okay, thank you. Appreciate
just
that.
to answer your question there. Look, I don't know why would you root against him at this point unless you have issues with his conspiracy theories or his political leanings or whatever
I think people
else.
are just done with it. That's why. I think people are just done with
right,
all
but he
of
went
it.
to a team that, other than on October 26th, they literally have nothing to do with their own team.
I think this is one. Let's open it up. I think we put this out.
Will you know how divisive Aaron Rodgers talk on this program is?
I understand.
And people turn off the YouTube stream.
They won't. Well, maybe they will. Maybe they won't.
All right, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776.
You put the qualifiers on.
Well, what does this boil down to for you? Do you want Aaron Rodgers to fail? Do you not care what he does? Or are you rooting for him to succeed?
I don't want the don't care because that's the default. It's either I will be rooting for him or I don't.
But don't you think most people don't care at this point?
No. You think Aaron Rodgers doesn't elicit an emotion from Packer fans still?
No, I think that my feeling in talking with Packers fans that I know is that they're like, he doesn't really register with them. Like, they're not going to – like, when he went to the Jets in 2023, there were lots of people that were going to watch. Now, some of them were going to hate watch and root for him to fail. Some of them wanted him to continue to succeed. And I will always wonder, in some sort of alternate universe, if he never ruptures his Achilles, what his 2 years in New York look like.
Sure.
Because I feel like we were robbed of a compelling 2023 season where he might have found a lot of success, and that would look a lot different. Again, I don't know that, but I don't get the sense, and maybe this is just the vocal minority, that they don't really care either way. Like, they're not really rooting for him. They're not really rooting against him. He's just another quarterback in the league.
All right,
maybe
give him the option. Give him the option. I think that's going to be a default.
Well, let's do it as calls though, because I would just say this: there's nuance to even if you think.
I just don't know when you look back at it, and I do not want the Pittsburgh Steelers to win a championship, but at this point, other than that one game, I want him to go beat Minnesota.
Right,
I want him to go beat
They play the other
else.
three division teams on their schedule.
I'd love for Aaron to go towards Detroit. So he gave us 16 or 17 great years of football. 4 MVPs, a World's Championship. Yes,
Pluto.
things ended. And by the way, he helped the Jordan Love transition more than Jordan could ever imagine. By being how he operated, he gave a unifier to an entire fan base, to a scenario that otherwise would have been dicey. So he,
since it was the last time, Jesse, the Vikings fan.
From a Packer fan standpoint, Aaron Rodgers did, outside of winning a couple more
screen cover there, Jesse.
You guys, I thought we didn't want to have like side conversations as I was bringing up a really good point.
I was still listening.
We're on the Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Forget average. At Exterior Pros, they bring the heat. They're not here to meet standards. They're here to smash them. From the first swing of the hammer to the final reveal, they're leveling up your home with every window, every shingle, and every single detail. This isn't just a remodel. It's a glow-up for your house. Built tough, built beautiful, built to turn heads. Want in? Let's go. Lock in your project now and save $3,000. Exterior Pros, where bold meets built. Trust the pros and visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
Tailgate season, company victory party, don't let your event fall short. V Private Bar Services delivers the winning play with expertise. We're talking custom cocktails, top shelf service, and an atmosphere that'll have your team pumped. Forget the watered down beer and basic mixers. Get the VIP treatment for your corporate events with bartenders who know the perfect pour. V Private Bar Services, where elevated hospitality runs through our veins. Explore vprivatebar.com and leave the mixing to us.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is is only for the two of them.
The one collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
Visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
We are back. Good work by Hunter scrambling as we ran into a technical issue.
Well, you were ignoring me anyway.
I was
so.
not ignoring you, and I can't even
Why?
make jokes.
Why? No, I love it when you make jokes.
You were so if I could reset since I was listening.
No, you weren't.
I was. You were talking about how Rodgers had done.
Hey, Jesse, look at this screensaver I got on here.
That's not what I said.
That
His
is what
phone
you were
broken.
doing. You're sitting there looking at his phone like,
right,
oh, is that
look
a
at
great
this.
screensaver?
Look at this.
Jesse, go get a new phone.
Get that.
I don't need a new
It's not
phone.
it's just
Jason's
whatever.
best friends with the Verizon president. Go get a new
Andy.
phone.
My guy Andy.
Yeah.
I do need a new one.
So you. God, I just want to get to noon. So
What a way to live.
Well, there's a reason why I'm living that way right now. Everything Rodgers did for 16 years, which was 15 as the starter and actually 3 as the backup, everything that he could do to help the Packers by beating the 3 teams in the division that are all on the Steelers' schedule. That's where you were when we ran into
I
our
just
technical
don't.
issue.
I understand the personal side of it, whether you want to get political, and I get it, all right? But I'm strictly looking at this from a fan and a football standpoint. Aaron Rodgers gave us 17 great years. He won us a World's Championship. He transitioned from Favre over. He was a good dude in the locker room.
Great to his successor,
Great
unlike
dude,
Favre for most
great
of the time
dude
together.
in the community. Like, he did a lot of really good stuff. Now, was he perfect? No.
Definitely
But
not.
he also, with the transition he gave Jordan Love the best present ever by acting the way he did.
Have fans dislike him instead of Jordan.
He became the lightning rod and gave Jordan Love on a platter the easiest transition over.
All
so
true.
as fans, now he's playing with Pittsburgh. And I'm not saying go ahead and win a World's Championship with Pittsburgh. I'm not. What I am saying is go beat Detroit, go beat Minnesota, go beat Chicago. We beat them. Have a nice season. Go off onto your way. And we should all be encouraging that. Because when he comes back, I'm telling you right now, everybody that says, oh, we're going to boo him, you're going to give him a round of applause. They'll probably charge $12 to come into Lambeau like they did for his charity the exact same blanking way, and we're all going to be looking at it and saying, appreciate you. That's what I think is going to happen.
First of all, I hope you're right.
How am I going to be wrong on that?
I'd prefer if it was still $4 or $5.
Because I feel like
12's a little steep.
Inflation.
Because I feel like the
Gas
other
prices. Actually, gas prices have been nice. Okay, continue.
They have been.
Are you listening?
I feel like the other guy, like even now, right? I mean, look, I did watch the Netflix documentary. I did not find anything really new in that on Favre.
I almost think that was more the Jen Sturger, if I'm being honest about it. It was her documentary.
I feel like there are people that will love him no matter what.
Who?
Favre.
For sure.
And I feel like seriously, some of the things that he has allegedly done would be disqualifiers of people liking him for a lot of other people, but not for him.
Okay.
I don't think Rodgers enjoys that same level of I don't care what you do, I'm going to love you anyway devotion from the fan base. That's not the feeling I get. I wish they did, but I don't get that feeling.
So, Jason, I'm telling you right now, when he inevitably is in the Packer Hall of Fame before he goes into Canton, which if he plays 2 more years with I don't know how long he's going to play with Pittsburgh. I would bet this is it. But he will be universally loved. The stadium will be full. I don't know what they'll charge to come in. It will be a celebration because – yeah, you think now it's been a couple years. 5 more years is eternity. And you're going to look at it and celebrate the 16, 17 years that he gave us from an enjoyment. I mean, man, we enjoyed watching him play.
We did.
And all of that other stuff is second, unless you commit crimes and you're in jail, you're going to be it's about your career as a Packer. Packer fans will come and they are going to be incredibly supportive of Aaron, just like they were with Brett.
I hope you're right.
No, I've got to be right.
I hope, and I hope you are. 844-770-3776. We'll get to your calls coming up and your texts. I do want to ask you this because I was looking at this last night because, and this is where we were at when we had a little bit of a glitch there. I was going to tell you that, Kyle Bruston Nortman does not like Rodgers, and I think there are lots of Packers fans that feel like
so
him.
if Kyle's up at Lambeau maybe he won't go, but Kyle
that's
doesn't.
the thing. Like, all those people aren't going to go.
Well, that's the point.
They're not going to go to boo. Like, they're not that angry.
Even if they're there, they ain't booing.
So my point is that he is not a Rodgers fan. Okay,
not right now. He's not.
Okay, but we kind of went back and forth, and one of the things that he pointed out that I thought was a correct thing to point out is how good is the Steelers' offensive line? I don't know anything about the Pittsburgh Steelers' offensive line. I can tell you their depth chart is Broderick Jones at left tackle, Isaac Samalo at left guard. They got him from Philadelphia as an unrestricted free agent. Zach Frazier at center, Mason McCormick at right guard, and Troy Fatuanu, who I think was their first-round pick last year.
I'm pretty sure you butchered that name, too.
I've heard it both ways.
Fentanyl, I believe it is.
It's not fentanyl, right? I want to make sure we don't have that.
Fat now.
So, Jason, that is going to be
that's going to be so critical to whether he succeeds or
more
fails.
now than ever.
Yes, that's where I was going.
And a run game, and Pittsburgh has not been able to run the football, and they've not been great at protecting it.
Who is their running back?
Warren?
Jalen Warren and Caleb Johnson from Iowa.
Oh, yeah, they just drafted the Iowa
Caleb
guy.
Johnson.
Yeah.
He looked real good against us. I can tell you that.
Well,
he had a good day.
I don't know. Not sure the Badgers are on the Steelers' schedule.
He had a good day against. So I think, and I know we have some calls lined up. I just think that their time passes, and if there's one thing we've learned about the NFL, time heals wounds, and time moves quickly. That's what's going to happen with Rodgers. And this year of all years, outside of the October 26th Sunday night tilt, we should be rooting for Aaron Rodgers to have good individual success.
I hope people listen to that advice.
And if they don't, it's no big deal. I mean, I'm going to be fine, and Aaron will be fine, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But for us, wanting Green Bay to have, and that's what people that are listening, that's what everybody wants. We want team success for the G&G. All of the other stuff is kind of window dressing. Team success with the G&G is going to be Aaron Rodgers playing good football and beating some of these teams for us.
Right, because those losses count in the standings, even though they're AFC, NFC games. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. We will get to your calls and texts on the Carbless Talk and text line. List is more next. That is a fancy schmancy camera.
Isn't that cool?
I got a hunch that video is going to be real nice. Just like our video cam right there. Hey, I don't know what you're doing the rest of the day. Can you jump right here and just film us for the whole day?
Can you adjust our brightness settings?
Also, if you can make us look thinner, that
skinny us up a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. That's not a magic. That's not magic, for gosh sake.
Tell us about UW Credit Union.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm a UW Credit Union member. Jason is for every stage of life. UW Credit Union is here forever. You're proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals. And people ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, did I want to keep my banking local? Well, certainly. Is it the member first service? Absolutely. Or is it the great perks like early payday? I love that. But let's take a look right over there. Bucky, see that young fella? I got him on my card.
There's a large Bucky.
Can't say no to Bucky. And if you love Wisconsin like I do, you can't pay with anything else. Fandom will make you do crazy things, but, man, this makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Get that Bucky card. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions to apply.
Did you think he was looking into the fancy camera to
I
deliver
did.
the
I thought he was
No,
gonna
but there's
deliver a
Bucky
great
right
line there. And he looked right past the camera and pointed at Bucky, who isn't on camera.
No,
that's what
well,
he did.
He just put him on camera.
Well, now he did. Sure.
Yeah.
But that's not our camera guy.
Well, I
don't know what he's doing.
I don't have control of that, so there's not much I can do.
We'll get to your calls next, live from TPC, Wisconsin, for the Amfam Championship. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
The people there made it a really great trip. The people in Green Bay were really nice, like literally driving ESPN people around themselves.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
The Pancake Palace in Green Bay was outstanding. So really nice trip.
On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
And now for the Pella play-by-play, here's Jeff Levering.
Thanks, Gina Della from Pella. What a beautiful day to have new windows and doors installed.
Every day is beautiful because Pella installs year-round during all seasons.
It's so hard to guess that next pitch. The customizations seem endless.
And it doesn't have to be super expensive. Pella has a product line for every budget.
And if it is time for a major upgrade, rest easy by scoring no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply on 6/30/2025.
Two Wisconsin icons are teaming up on a reworked classic. Cousin Subs and U-Zingers are proud to introduce the all-new fried bologna sub, featuring U-Zingers fried bologna, bacon, American cheese, onions, pickles, mayo, and mustard on fresh-baked Italian bread. And that's not all. Pair your fried bologna with a creamy cupcake shake topped with whipped cream and rainbow sprinkles. Now that's a better combination. Order both in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Summerfest is almost here, and we're going to send you to all 9 days. It's Summerfest on us. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app and register for your chance to bring a friend and have the best summer ever at the big gig. Summerfest on us. Register today in the ESPN Wisconsin app under the contest tab.
This fall, build your perfect Wisconsin football game day with a mini pack. Pick any 3 games, including Big Ten matchups like Washington, Iowa, and Ohio State, and save while cheering on the Badgers. Big matchups, big moments, and it's all on your schedule. Football mini packs are available now. Create your custom game day experience today at uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. First touchdown to the 5th quarter. There's always something to enjoy. Football game day starts here. We'll see you at Camp Randall.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a star-studded group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 6th through the 8th with an exciting team competition and a new tournament home at TPC Wisconsin. This year's Amfam Champ concert features Megan Maroney with special guest Clint Black on Friday, June 6th at Breese Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Do you know what to do in the event of a cardiac emergency? Would you be ready, willing, and able to help someone in their greatest time of need? Throughout the month of June, the American Heart Association is asking everyone to become a nation of lifesavers instead of bystanders during CPR AED Awareness Month. You never know when those life-saving skills will be needed, and you can make a difference when someone needs it the most. To learn more about hands-only CPR, sign up today for an online course at shopcpr.heart.org or find a Heart Saver course near you at cpr.heart.org.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman's Brad Nortman. You hear me talk about Carbless and their refreshing flavors all the time. One of my favorites is watermelon, and Carbless just dropped the Watermelon Vodka Cocktail 4-pack. Perfect for chilling, grilling, or game day thrills. You know the drill. Zero sugar, unlimited flavor. Enjoy clean, crisp refreshment without the guilt. That's what Carbless does. Find the new Watermelon 4-packs wherever you get your Carbless. Crack open the taste of summer and get your bliss on.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
I'm not going to lie. There's part of me, and the Amfam Championship is amazing to us. We've been here since the very first one in 2016, obviously for a long time at University Ridge. I've never sat this close to the entrance. There's part of me that's totally distracted and totally loves it. Watching people, because I love to watch people.
It's great being out here right by the front door.
And I can overhear people say, "Hey, that's Tausch."
Hey,
it's Tausch.
That's Jesse Nelson that was in court the other day.
No, I have not heard anyone say, "Hey, that's Jesse."
I had a buddy of mine text that's an avid listener to the show, really wanting to know the details of the trial because he said, one of my people is doing this, and I told him. So just so you know.
Okay. Thanks for
How
that.
did he react?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's why we didn't talk about it. All right. Speaking of things that make you go, ugh, for some, it's conversations about Aaron Rodgers. For those of you that continue to stay tuned to our program, thank you for that. We appreciate it. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. Let's go to the phones. And I find it incredibly appropriate that our first call that we will take will be from Erica in Milwaukee.
Should be.
Yeah.
No one, not even me, identifies with Aaron Rodgers more than she does. Erica, I know you have been lurking in the YouTube comments. I see your tweets from time to time. It's been a while since you've called. We're thrilled to have you. Your thoughts?
Well, I'm rooting for him because I guess the fact that he's signing a one-year contract, it sort of means like this is it. This is the final run with him in the NFL. So I guess I'm rooting for the Steelers versus the Packers in the Super Bowl. And, I mean, of course, you got to root for the Packers to win, so I'm a Packer fan. But, yeah, that would be good. And the fact that he joined that clown show in New York, I guess he was expected to take the Jets to the Super Bowl after they haven't made the playoffs in, 15 years or something. So
correct.
He's a good football player, but he's not God. So I guess New York should have been like, hey, let's get realistic here. So
Erica,
I'm
let
rooting for him.
me ask you a question. So obviously your friends and family know that you are an Aaron Rodgers supporter, right? The people in your sphere,
orbit,
your inner circle, as Aaron Rodgers would say, how do they look at him? And are you like a lone holdout among your friends and family, or are they apathetic toward him? They don't really care either way. Like, I'm just curious because you are obviously an ardent supporter of his. I'm curious how the other people in your orbit feel about him.
Well, my dad isn't on social media as much, so I don't think he knows everything that the world seems to think is true about Rodgers. So he seems to be a Rodgers fan. He'll root for him. We'll change the channel when we watch the game together on Sundays. If Rodgers happens to be on the other channel, we'll flip it over to see how he's doing. I have friends that aren't really football fans, so we don't talk about it. I got some uncles that think I'm crazy who are like, how can you root for him? And then give all the reasons
there it is.
Why.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, it seems 50-50-ish. Like I said, I think my uncles are the most. It was the whole COVID shot thing that put them over the edge. But
yeah, I think
I
there's
guess if Rodgers would have just said he was allergic to it and gave the truth, I think the world would have been happier. But I guess I didn't consider it a lie because he's.
Yeah, I would say this. I think, if you notice with Kirk Cousins, who was just honest about his position, there hasn't been as much blowback with him. But, I think that's part of it. I think it's some of the other stuff. Everyone's going to bring up darkness retreats and ayahuasca. Anytime you say his name, there's going to be people who think of that. But I do think that it has colored how people view him as a player. And if you go back and watch him last season, I understand that the narrative was that he stunk. He did not stink. He certainly did not look like vintage great Aaron Rodgers, but they are not getting, the Kenny Stabler that Brett Favre went to see when he was playing with the Saints when Brett was a kid, who was totally washed. I just don't think that that's the player. If you watched him play last year, you wouldn't think that, unless you have a feeling about him that leads you to view him through a different prism as a player. And that's the feeling I get from fans that are either saying they don't care or are actively rooting against them. Thanks for the call, Erica. We appreciate you. Let's get to another one, 844-770-3776. Let's go to Ron in Oak Creek. Ron, good morning. Thanks for holding on so long. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Good Good morning, guys. Wonderful show as always. The best sports show on the radio.
Dude, the check is in the mail. You got to give me your address, Ron. You always are so nice to us when you're on.
Big Aaron Rodgers supporter. I will say that I think he played a lot better than people give him credit for his last year. He still can zing it. He still can throw it. He just can't get away from the rush like he used to. My personal opinion is I feel sorry for him and all the drama he's gone through and the way he reminds me of a tortured soul. And because I have a couple of daughters that are in the medical field who always bang on him about his stance and the way he talked about the medical field and all of that, for the most part, I support him, but I can never get past the stuff he said politically and otherwise, and my family and the people around us can't. And I'm not a young kid. I went to school with D. Orlando Ledbetter at Howard to teach you my age.
Nice. I love D-Led.
But, no, I'm a big supporter of his, but I will never be able to get past the stuff that he said and some of the political things that he's done.
Yeah.
But I will be supportive, and I hope he has a great year. But
Ron,
I would never go up to his retirement party in Green Bay. I can't go that far.
Okay, all fair. Let me ask you this. So as a supporter, you want to see him play well for the Steelers, right? Like Tausch was talking about, he can help the Packers. He's playing all 4 of the NFC North teams, so if he beats the other 3 and the Packers beat the Steelers on October 26th, that's a pretty good scenario for them. I am curious, what concerns you? What do you think is the number one reason why he wouldn't have success in Pittsburgh? Is it the weaponry around him? Yeah, I'm worried about the offensive line.
To get away from the rush.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. Yep.
I'm mostly saddened by the fact that when I see him, he reminds me of a tortured soul, and I don't think he understands some of the things that he said, how hurtful they were to people. I had people who were going through leukemia treatment and things like that, and just the way he treated that stuff and the flippant attitude he has sometimes. I know that's probably not who he is, but he just comes off that way, especially when he gets on McAfee's show and Joe Rogan's show and continue to go down that line. It's hard to get past that.
Yeah, Ron, I'm with you, especially when Paula was going through breast cancer. I know exactly how you feel. So we appreciate the call. And say hi to D. Orlando Ledbetter for me next time you talk.
By the way, John Daly is here. He was not here for the Pro-Am. But I just saw him floating through, so he is here.
Wait, he just walked through?
Well, he's driving on a cart, but he's here.
Oh, so I was right and you were wrong.
What did you? I don't even know what you said.
Oh, I brought up John Daly.
Yeah, I bet you he didn't win.
But at least he's in the field,
he's here.
which gives him a better chance than he had an hour ago.
He has a chance to have a chance, as the old Brad Childress quote goes.
He does have a better chance of winning now that we know he's actually here. I know this is going to come as a surprise to you. We have not managed the clock to the degree that maybe we would like, but I think we're okay.
We're doing great.
If Tausch tells us about American Family Insurance, we can kick off the 10 o'clock hour with more of your calls.
Just love it. You see American Family Insurance all throughout communities throughout the state of Wisconsin, and you see Amfam Championship, American Family Insurance, proud partner of Wilde and Tausch. And for almost 100 years, they've been committed to making life better with the right home and auto protection. Also, you're free to go chase your dreams, so insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch live from the Amfam Championship at TPC, Wisconsin. Tees off in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Bandana? Check. Boots? Check. Gloves? Check. As a motorcycle rider in Wisconsin, you may go to great lengths to protect your image, Just be sure you're protecting yourself, too. Wear a Department of Transportation-approved helmet. Perform safety checks on your motorcycle. Know the traffic laws and don't take risks. Motorists and motorcyclists can work together to achieve zero preventable deaths on Wisconsin roads. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Learn more at zeroinwisconsin.gov. Wisconsin DOT.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The Brewers won their 12th consecutive series against the Reds following a 9-1 victory in the finale of their 3-game set in Cincinnati. Jackson Chourio and Des Cameron each hit 2-run home runs, while Isaac Collins belted a 3-run shot off former Brewer Wade Miley for his second long ball of his career.
1-0 is a high fly ball, deep left field. Benson back at the track, wall gone. Isaac Collins, a 3-run shot, and it's a 9-1 Brewers lead.
The Brewers finished their road trip at 5-1. They opened out their longest homestand of the season Friday night against the San Diego Padres at Amfam Field.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Bruston Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Hour of Wilde and Tausch, live from the Amfam Championship at TPC, Wisconsin. Sources close to the program, Pablo, informed me that the golfers are officially on the course and the opening round is underway here at TPC, Wisconsin. Tausch, what's your game plan for today before we get back to the Aaron Rodgers conversation?
I'm going to head up to the chalet.
Are you going to walk the course at all?
No, I'll have some Coors Lights and probably call it a day.
Rest up your knee?
Sure.
Megan Maroney.
Megan Maroney tonight. That's my plan.
Why'd you get so quiet all this
No,
time?
because I just was I was going to give a W to my guy that threw a W at me.
So does that count to, like, we were counting waves before, which, by the way, the percentage of waving has
Well,
really
I was
down.
preemptively waving. Now I'm not, so
no one was really waving at us. They were just
No, it started off with
you.
some waves.
Yeah, no.
Well, you just got snubbed.
She
totally
looked at
snubbed you. She's like,
and
leave me alone, you
didn't
good-
wave.
Leave me alone, you
even
goofball.
better. Not to him. Too late now.
That's too late.
Oh, my God, that hurt.
That was a
that
was a kick right in the teeth.
For someone who left jury duty under the belief that everyone knows who Jesse Nelson is, she just made our week.
That was a swift kick right back to reality.
Put you right back in your place, Jesse Nelson. For those walking through, it is Wilde and Tausch here live from the Amfam Championship at TPC, Wisconsin. Let's get to another call, and then Jesse, I know you've been monitoring the YouTube commentary as well as the text line, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and text line. Less is more. But let's get to Levi and Plover. Levi, thanks for holding on, buddy. What do you got for us?
Oh, Plover. I live in Point. I'm in Whitewater today, boys.
Levi and
Whitewater. Oh, home of the champs.
Wrong Levi. My bad.
Home of the champs.
Yeah, Division III baseball championship, baby.
Well, this is actually Levi from Stevens Point, guys. This is,
Oh, what?
Just saying.
Jesse?
Yeah. I didn't do anything.
I'm on the road.
That right.
I'm on the road today, guys.
Jesse's had a rough, 3 minutes here. He had someone.
The text says Levi and Whitewater.
Clearly,
all right.
Clearly refused to waive.
Levi, what do you feel, man? What are you feeling about this Rodgers news?
Sorry, you just.
Before
we're rambling here, so I got to pick it up here.
All right,
Levi, what do you think?
Well, Well, before I get to that, the reason I'm in Whitewater today is because I am participating in a Special Olympics cornhole.
Let's go!
All right.
What do they call it when they flyby? Are you a flyby guy? Are you fire it?
Now who's rambling?
Well, he's playing cornhole for a championship.
Yes.
Well, I'm just here doing it for fun, Tausch. So, but anyway,
well, what's your technique? I think is
Levi, you're doing it for fun, but I'm going to promise you want to win. You're not down there just for blanks and blanks. You're down there to go win, right?
Blanks and giggles?
Sure, why not? Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think what that's called, because I told you that announcer, the color dude, for bags is one of the best in the business. Yeah. And I think it's when you have to throw over the top.
The airmail.
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 Thank you.
Yep.
Do some airmailing today, Levi. All right, Levi, what do you think of the Rodgers and all this other stuff?
What do you think
of
the Rodgers?
That's what he called
and
for.
all the other.
That's what he called for, Jason. Levi, I apologize
what
for
do you
these
think
two
of the Rodgers? All right, Levi, what do you think of the Rodgers and other stuff?
Whoa, Nelly on Tausch again. But anyway, we'll see what happens with Rodgers in Pittsburgh. I don't know how the roster looks like, but I hope he does well. And if he beats the Packers, I think this could be like the last dance of him with Michael Jordan, like did with the Bulls. I don't know. That's just what I think, but we'll see.
You know what, Levi, good luck down there whipping airmails and doing everything else that cornhole's about. Have a great day. Levi just brought up love you. He brought up a great question.
Love you guys.
Would Rodgers? What are you laughing about? What are you laughing about?
He just wanted to say, I love you, man.
I love you guys.
Why?
That's all he wanted.
You don't think you wanted to call and talk about Rodgers?
Do you
They
think?
just wouldn't let him say it.
I don't. I'm confused.
Poor guy. He just wanted to say, I love you guys.
I think we will go back and look at the tape someday. We'll check the tape 2025. And I think we will say that may not have been the best call that you've ever taken.
That I ever taken? No, that I do wrong. I engaged and had a conversation. What are you talking about that I did wrong? You guys are sitting there rambling. Let Levi get to his point and get out.
What's that throw over the thing? That color guy who's great at it.
I'm not great at cornhole. I thought the
throw over.
He brought up cornhole. He's throwing at the Special Olympics today. Let him talk. You know, and then I want to
let him say, love you guys. You just were giving him the bum's rush.
Oh, my
he
God.
tried 3 times to say, love you guys.
What did you think of the Rodgers and other stuff?
All right. Oh, we got a celebrity in the house. Oatsy! Oh, look at Tom Oates, everybody! Yeah!
All right. We gotta take a break.
Oatsy!
I gotta talk to
What do you think Oatsy thinks Aaron Rodgers? That's what I would. Oatsy!
We've got an extra headset.
What do you think of the Rodgers and other stuff?
You guys are. These guys are. Oatsy.
Oh, talk about
Keyshawn Nixon. Okay, yeah.
All right, we're going to go to break so I can talk to my I mean, not old like old, but long-time friend, Tom Oates, which I'm very excited about.
You guys didn't even let me get to my point, though, that Levi brought up.
Please tell
Would
us.
Rodgers rather make the playoffs and get beat in the first round or beat the Green Bay Packers as the quarterback of the Steelers?
That is a great question.
That's what Levi was asking. If you would have let him talk. Instead of laughing and saying, love you guys. Oh, what the?
Really airmailed over that point.
Steinhoffel's Buy More, Save More sale is back, and the savings are bigger than ever. Save at least 10% off store-wide.
Bye.
See you later. Save at least 10% off store-wide, then take $100 off every $999 that you spend. So buy a sofa for $1,999, take $200 extra off, and Get a new bed for $2,999 and get $300 off. And take advantage of Steinhaffel's 18-month 0% financing to make your purchase even more affordable. Steinhaffel's is Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader, so shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com. More Wilde and Tausch live. I love you guys.
That was our best segment ever.
have our bosses check that one. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and text line. We'll get to some of your texts, and we'll check out the YouTube comments, which I'm sure are very kind. We are live from TPC, Wisconsin for the Amfam Championship. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. The 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open is back at the Bog. Tune in all day July 15th for our ESPN Milwaukee crew having fun and hitting the links. The 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open is sponsored by Marquette Athletics, PCI Construction, Discount Liquor, Loyal Family Renovations, The Jewelry Center, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Join in on the fun July 15th on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. Go behind the scenes of the Emmy-nominated Giannis documentary. Get the real story of the blockbuster trade for Damian Lillard. Hear the origin of Bucks in 6. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
The big gig is back, starting June 19th. 9 days, hundreds of musical acts. Summerfest in Milwaukee is the event of the summer. Plus, tune into 94.5 ESPN all 3 weekends for Summerfest Saturday. Enter for your chance to win tickets to the ESPN Wisconsin app or visit summerfest.com. We'll see you out there.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with Sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food Store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on 46 to 48 ounce selected varieties Blue Bunny Dairy Dessert, 2 for $7. 8.2 to 20 ounce selected varieties CPAC Seafood, $6.99. 7 to 15 ounce selected varieties Rana Pasta or Sauce, 2 for $7. 2 to 6 count selected varieties Northern Bath or Brawny Towels, $6.99.
Let's get some strawberries.
Attention shoppers. Safe.
Okay. Ooh, pineapple fulfills every need.
While you're shopping, a drive way back, it's a gunner.
There's something goofy going on with the PA.
Need a price check and I'll take me out to the ball game.
See, what is going on?
You're hearing things. We're at Century Foods, and you can't take your mind off winning that ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes.
I'm hoping to throw out the first pitch at a Milwaukee baseball game.
Or attend batting practice.
Or hold the finish line ribbon for the racing sausages.
You don't say.
The ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes at Century Foods. Enter on Century's Facebook or Instagram program by July 30th.
Forget average. At Exterior Pros, they bring the heat. They're not here to meet standards. They're here to smash them. From the first swing of the hammer to the final reveal, they're leveling up your home with every window, every shingle, and every single detail. This isn't just a remodel. It's a glow up for your house. Built tough, built beautiful, built to turn heads. Want in? Let's go. Lock in your project now and save $3,000. Exterior Pros, where bold meets built. Trust the pros and visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
You know what, Levi, good luck down there whipping airmails and doing everything else that cornhole's about. Have a great day. Levi just brought up love you. He brought up a great question.
Love you guys.
You guys, I'll tell you what, man. You can't be criticized, but boy, do you love to critique. It is the funniest thing. Did you hear the other day when I was getting after him, critiquing him?
Oh,
and
yeah.
he went into a shell. Oh, I don't want to be criticized. Hey, welcome to the real world, big time. That's what I had to tell him.
So was that just yesterday where he was role playing with Bulaga and asked him how he was doing and then kept talking? And I pointed that out, and he slunk back into his chair and pouted. Yeah,
no, because you thought you could do it better, and I said, go for it, brother.
No, I didn't say that.
No, that's what you said. So it's different when you do that. I'm not sitting here saying I'm going to write 50 articles. You had a better way to do it. Do it. That's all.
Yes, much like headlines from what I've been told. All right, so.
I can't wait to see what you got cooking that. It's going to be fun.
Jesse and I were already cooking stuff up.
I love it.
Oh, we're cooking.
It's about time you guys throw something on the grill.
That
I thought Oatsy was coming on. What happened to that?
No, Oatsy's retired. Like a lot of these guys retire and then they're tweeting 150,000 things. Hey man, you retired. Go live your life.
He is. He's living his best.
He
life.
is. He's out here. He's gonna have a great day today. Looks great too.
But what you had been saying was what poor Levi was trying to get out, which was, what do you think he'd rather do?
He wants to beat Green Bay. He wants to win a World Championship, but he wants to beat Green Bay.
He wants to be successful in the playoffs again.
I think if he could win the Super Bowl, he would be perfectly losing to the Packers.
I agree.
How many quarterbacks have won Super Bowls with two different teams?
You know, if he wins Green Bay, he's one of 4 quarterbacks that have got 32 wins against 32 teams. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Who are the other 3?
Don't care.
Peyton Manning.
Is it?
Tom Brady.
Do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
I saw this stat earlier today. I forgot.
Drew Brees. I bet Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, yes. And I forgot the other one.
That's 3.
Yep, there's
He'd
one
be
more.
4.
There maybe it's 5. Who knows?
Brett Favre didn't beat them all?
I don't know.
No, Favre did. Yeah, you're right. It was Favre.
Okay, so we got 5.
That is a big bag of popcorn. Is that just for her?
Holy
for the entire
smokes.
day?
I can't imagine she's going to eat all that popcorn. That'd be a lot of corn.
It's popcorn money. All right, so the tournament is underway. Jesse, how have we been faring on the text portion of the carbless talk and text line? I know our teammates Josh Damasio and Alex Strofe both enjoyed the previous segment.
I think a lot of people enjoyed the previous segment. I was going to bring your attention, actually, to the poll question that is in the field on the Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed.
Such a good job of writing.
Today's poll, as long as it's not against the Packers on October 26th, do you want to see Aaron Rodgers have individual success with the Steelers this season? Your options, yes, no, or I really don't care.
I think the I don't care is probably real tight with yeah. And I think not a lot are saying no.
So let me ask you this. What percentage of the vote do you think is saying no, I don't want him to have individual success?
I would say it's in the 25%, 20-25%.
Jason, have you looked? Have you peeked?
I have not looked. I have this fear that people are going to say that at a much higher clip, I don't care. I really don't care, even though they do, but they don't want to care.
Oh, you're telling people how to think. I love that. That's one of my things.
No, I'm trying to interpret how they may be thinking.
Okay.
And so I think that's going to be around 50%, and then the ones that want them to succeed are going to be around 15%, or whatever's left is going to be the don't want them to succeed. How did I do? Not well.
Decent, I'd say.
Okay, decent.
All right, so we're closing it on 200 votes. Yes, I want him to have individual success with the Steelers, 45%.
Okay, good.
So just under 50% of the fans that have voted thus far say yes, they want him to have success. I really don't care, 38%.
That's higher than I thought. No, that's about what I thought.
It's lower than I thought.
You're in the ballpark, too. Yeah, so no is at 17%.
Yeah, 20%. I get it.
So only 17% of respondents to this point are actively rooting against them.
So if you had I don't know, 12 people in a room coming to a unanimous agreement.
Oh, my God. How much mileage are you going to get out of being juror number 11?
2 out of 12, I think, would be what would it be? 1 out of 12
Good
would.
thing this wasn't based on math.
Airmail it.
Yeah. 1 out of 12 would be saying no. They don't want him to have success, and 11 out of 12 would be saying
either they don't care.
They don't care, or yes.
Okay. I still don't believe that, but that's what the voting is now. I will reshare that, and we will see what that does to the balloting. Hunter, are you monitoring the text messages? Have we gotten many of those? I worry about talking about them. I'm just going to be honest.
It's fine.
I just feel like there are folks that are like, enough already. I don't care. Even though this is one of the rare times where there's actually a news peg to discussing him because he actually agreed to terms yesterday.
We do have a text from Lucy and Aaron. Thank goodness there's Real Sports
Lucy.
Talks coming on at 10.
I didn't want to hear about it then.
What does that mean?
Okay. I think
they're over
that means
talking
she
about
was over the Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers conversation. I did see a few of the YouTube commenters were saying hopefully Jesse can nudge them in a direction other than talking about Rodgers. So there's still there's still people who are annoyed by Aaron Rodgers conversation. Personally, I'm one who is annoyed by Aaron Rodgers conversation when there's nothing to talk about. It's all speculation.
Annoyed by him or annoyed
the
by
conversation? Just like, okay, there's nothing here anymore. We've lived this many years now where now that he's not the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers or leaving Green Bay, we don't have to do the daily speculation stuff. This isn't speculation anymore. There was news yesterday. The Steelers confirmed, this is happening today. He's signing with the Steelers pending the results of a physical, and this is a done deal. It's relevant information for one of the greatest players in Green Bay Packers history. So I'm sorry for the people that don't want to talk about him, but no matter who the player is, I think if someone of that magnitude goes on and continues their career elsewhere and plays against the Packers this year,
and is playing their 3 division opponents as well,
there's a warranted conversation to be had there.
Do we think that from an excitement standpoint, this is the top game now? Or would it be Detroit? Would it be Minnesota?
I would. That's a great question, and I'm not just saying that. I think it is a great question.
It was a poll question on Jim Matt and Molly yesterday on ESPN Madison.
I would argue that the Eagles game and the division games are far more important in Packers fans' minds, and that the Rodgers thing is interesting. Again, it's an AFC team, so it doesn't even affect a lot of tiebreakers. I mean, it could affect tiebreakers for common opponents because they're playing the entire division. But overall, I think they're more in the, what was the 38% was I don't care?
Yeah.
And certainly the people that want to see him succeed are not going to want him to succeed on October 26th. I think we can all agree on that. So.
To me, the Steelers game feels almost more like a bowl game, if that makes sense. Like Wisconsin LSU in your game in Tampa a couple of years ago. That was a fun game. It's significant, but it doesn't have the same kind of impact as Wisconsin Minnesota, Wisconsin Iowa.
I get what you're saying.
Throughout the course. I think that Steelers-Packers game is going to feel like its own bowl game on Sunday Night Football.
Tournament.
Yeah, But the games that are more significant for the scope of the Packers season are the Lions games, the Vikings games, the Eagles game on Monday Night Football, all those.
I think all of that actually makes a lot of sense. That's good. That's a good point brought up. But I just that's the meat and potatoes. That is what ends up making the difference. But this is the sizzle. This is your sizzler, and people love sizzle. They do.
Ted Thompson, I've got sizzle. We will play some trivia now and take a break for those of you that have had their Aaron Rodgers filled. Tausch is going to tell us about Quick Trip in a moment as well, because I stopped at the Quick Trip right by Jesse's house. That's very conveniently
nice
located
Quick Trip there
for you as well. Jesse, what's today's category, and what caller would you like?
Well, I got bad news for those who wanted a break from Aaron Rodgers.
I thought it was going to be like the Amfam Championship.
It's okay, because it's Aaron Rodgers adjacent trivia.
No.
Not necessarily questions.
Is it about Wilde? Adjacent?
It is not labeled that way, although that is smart, and I could have done that. I mean, I'll keep that in mind next time. Aaron Rodgers adjacent trivia in our. And by the way, update on the Vortex swag bag and rangefinders. We are giving away the rangefinder with the swag bag again today. Mm-hmm. And then next week will be our that's our final rangefinder available to give away. We'll continue giving away swag bags, which have awesome stuff in them from our friends at Vortex. But the last rangefinder is next week. So the penultimate rangefinder given away today.
I'm very excited because I'm playing in the Pro-Am on Monday. I got a pair of Vortex sunglasses, which I didn't even.
Were they binos? Did they like binoculars in the form of glasses?
That's actually coming. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You're like Iron Man out there.
Cutting edge.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that either. Feeding robots. I don't think we know what we're getting ourselves
Feeding
into.
robots?
Yeah, robots need to start finding ways to power themselves.
What did you read or see where you...
No, you don't want to know.
Vortex sunglasses.
No, it's nothing to do with
robots.
Vortex. I shouldn't have even...
Caller 16. Caller 16 in honor of 2016 being the first year of the Amfam Championship and us attending it. Caller 16, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We will play Wilde and Tausch trivia after Tausch tells us about Quick Trip.
Jason, are you ready to climb to the top?
No, I'm ready to start waving to people again.
Gear up for the Quick Trip Mountain Dew Quick Climb. Every sip gets closer to the summit. From now through August 17th, you can play each day for free right in the Quick Rewards app and score bonus plays with every eligible item you grab. Like an ice cold Pepsi, a bold Mountain Dew, hydrating Gatorade, or Propel, and so many more. Pair any of those with hot food and earn 2 bonus plays every week. The cash prize climbs by $5,000, stacking higher and higher until one player reaches the summit of $250K. So get climbing now in the Quick Rewards app. Quick Trips, Mountain Dew Quick Climb, your summer, your climb, your win. No purchase is necessary. See full rules at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
844-770-3776. Caller 16 plays trivia next, live from the Amfam Championship at TPC, Wisconsin. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Halliburton for 3 up top.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Sip into a flawless summer. Hey, it's KBN's Brad Nortman. Let carbless, ready-to-drink cocktails be your passport to pool parties, patio hangouts, cookouts, and pure summer bliss. Carbless is here to spark a summer of flavor and fun. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and of course, all the good vibes. From fruity flavors to refreshing fizz, Carbless stands out in a sea of same old seltzers. See what flavors fit your summer. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com and enter to win a flawless summer prize pack today.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
I'm Monica Kessler.
Monica makes sure that everything at Kessler's is worthy of a lifetime warranty.
The quality of your ring is incredibly important when it comes to diamond setting, ring sizing, and repairs.
Monica has been part of Kessler's since she was 6 years old.
Let me tell you how to judge the quality of the jewelry you're buying.
It's easier than you think.
All you have to do is read the warranty.
Most stores offer a 5-year warranty, but Kessler's offers a lifetime warranty, the strongest in the world.
We can do it because we put more gold in your jewelry.
When a jeweler wants to make a bigger profit, they put less gold into the jewelry. This makes it thinner and easier to break.
Theirs might look like ours at first glance, but Kessler's jewelry is made not to break, and that takes more gold.
We give you a lifetime warranty because our jewelry is made to last forever, just like your love.
Gold is more than $2,000 an ounce.
Kessler's gives you more gold, a lot more gold.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
For over 50 years, Cousin Subs has celebrated and embraced the traditions of their home state of Wisconsin. And now, Cousins will be honoring a Wisconsin tradition like no other with their Pull Tab giveaway promo. Now through July 6th, while supplies last, guests will receive a Cousins Pull Tab with a sub or sub-able purchase for a chance to win Cousins Subs for a year and much more. For additional info and official rules, visit cousinsubs.com/pulltabs. One pull tab per customer per transaction per day. To receive a pull tab with no purchase necessary, see official rules.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the NBA Finals.
In the NBA Finals, any moment can become unforgettable.
Oh, blocked by James!
Now is your chance to watch the next moment you'll remember forever.
Jordan, open! Chicago with the lead!
Unforgettable awaits.
Anything's possible!
The 2025 NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV continue on ABC.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Wilde and Tausch rolls on from TPC, Wisconsin, and the Amfam Championship, where mere moments ago, someone who doesn't believe in caps for their coffees had the wind gust knock over his cup.
Breeze is nice. A beautiful day out here.
and look who happens to be producing back in the Everlight
This
Solar
time it was
studio.
not Hunter's fault.
No, nobody's blaming Hunter.
I know. Just stating a fact.
Yeah.
The other fact I'm going to state is that Big Voice Guy is back to tell us when we play trivia about our great partnership with Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
You can bet on that. Let's welcome in our contestant. It is John in Verona. John, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Not too bad. Good morning, Tausch.
Before we start with trivia, are you in the rooting against, rooting for, or apathetic when it comes to the former Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers being a Steeler?
Rooting against.
This is why I ask, why are you rooting against?
Just because I'm a Packer fan first, and once you trade in your green jersey, green and gold, it's Packers first, and doesn't matter where you go after that.
Well, they kind of drafted a guy and traded him, so If we want to really get into the details of it.
So
isn't that
how
it
do you
played
feel
out?
about Charles Woodson, who'll be here tomorrow in the celebrity foursome? Because he didn't want to leave.
Well, he's now
they got rid of him.
He's now retired because Chucky is one of my favorite Packers of all time.
Yeah, so if you retire, that was my point. I'm not.
So once he's retired,
Yeah,
but when
everybody
Charles Woodson spent 3 years with the Raiders, then you were.
Yeah, well, I mean, same thing with Favre. 5 years later, everything's all good
Exactly.
then. But right now,
that was my only
Yeah.
point.
Yep. Well, great follow-up question, Tausch.
You're welcome.
Speaking of great questions, I will ask the 3 questions that Jesse has for trivia today.
Oh, good. I'll take a break.
John, question number 1 is this.
He was even ready with them.
Well, I never know, and I thought maybe he would appreciate. He's carried.
it's
carried
true.
the show so far.
You ain't kidding
Plus,
about
he
that.
needs some sort of towel to continue to mop up the coffee. Question number 1, John, is
Caller
this.
1? Oh, okay. This is what you're doing. This is what you.
As a matter of fact, I don't. If you've noticed, I've stopped. It upsets you so much because you're so sensitive like me. Question 1. I almost did it again. Question 1, John, is this. Who was the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers when they were defeated by the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers, the Super Bowl MVP, in
Mike Tomlin.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
John, I'll tell you what. John wants this last rangefinder from Vortex.
Oh, there's one next week, too. So the penultimate today.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Your choices, Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher, or Terry Bradshaw, who you can see at Hard Rock Casino, Rockford, on June 29th. He's opening for Chris Rock. All right, question 2.
No, he's not.
John, is this.
Probably helps sales. No offense.
Aaron Rodgers ranks 5th on the NFL's all-time passing touchdowns list, with 503 entering the season. With 377, who is the only other active NFL quarterback to be ranked in the top 10 on the all-time list? Is it Joe Flacco, Matthew Stafford, or Russell Wilson?
I was thinking Flacco before you said anything, so I'll stay with my first thought.
Sorry to hear that, John.
Tough question.
Who were you then mulling?
Stafford?
Yeah. Matthew Stafford is the correct answer. Sorry. All right, let's bounce back on question 3. And it is this. Aaron Rodgers played in 2 bowl games.
This is a tough question.
During his time as the starting quarterback.
Oh, my God.
At the University of California, Berkeley.
It gets better.
Which tech school did Aaron Rodgers not play
Oh, for God's sake.
in either of those 2 bowl games? Did you finish this question and think maybe this is a little wordy?
No. I thought maybe it's a little
Are you
too
thinking
hard.
that now?
My Gerald Ford trivia got me banned, and you write this.
You should really be.
You guys don't
reinstated.
understand. Jesse wants to be banned, so other people have
What
to do
are
as
the
well.
odds he played in? What are the odds he played in 2 bowl games, and they were both against tech schools?
All right.
There's only
Actually, that's fair.
There's only 3 of them.
But let me rewrite this for you. Aaron Rodgers
I think I got
played in
it.
two
He's
bowl
got it.
games
He said he's got it.
at Tech.
He's
Well,
got
maybe
it.
not everyone else that's playing along.
Everyone
at home
they like to play.
would like to
along.
understand what the question actually is. Aaron Rodgers
You are
played.
so smug. You are so smug. Oh, my God.
Aaron Rodgers played in 2 bowl games at Cal.
He did.
Both of them were against teams that have Tech in their name.
Cal Polytech?
Perhaps. Which one of these is not one of those opponents? Virginia Tech, Texas Tech, or Georgia Tech?
Yeah, those are the tough ones.
Well, those are the 3 tech schools that I could think of off the top of my head, so at least I have a 33% chance.
Who else you got? Texas Tech, Cal Polytech.
Well, Texas Tech was in the
And
list.
Cal Poly.
Tennessee Tech is
Tennessee
FCS.
Tech.
Louisiana
Michigan
Tech.
Tech. Up in Holton. Michigan Tech
It's
up
really
in Holton.
aggressive. Michigan Tech. All right. Again, your choices: Virginia Tech, Texas Tech, Georgia Tech.
Let's go Texas Tech.
After all of that.
Could I Tausch it?
Yes,
Yeah, Tausch it.
I love that you know how to do that, by the way. That makes me happy.
Georgia Tech?
No, you didn't Tausch it. You got it right, but it doesn't count.
good.
So,
Yeah.
yes, he played Virginia Tech and Texas Tech in his bowl games. Georgia Tech he did not face. All right. The good news, John, is you've got 2 entries into our drawing, which Jesse may or may not do live from TPC, Wisconsin for the Amfam Championship. The bad news is you could have had 2 more, but you got 2 questions wrong. So good luck.
No problem.
We appreciate you playing and being patient with us. Have a great day, buddy. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks, guys. Love you guys.
All right, love you guys.
Johnny.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. That is Wilde and Tausch Trivia. We will roll on. Is there am I reading this correctly? There's actual conversation about the actual Packers and not the former quarterback or?
I think you're reading that right.
You are a piece.
Wow.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Your chance to spend an afternoon on the links with ESPN Milwaukee is just a tap away. The 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open happens July 15th at the Ball Golf Course, and we're inviting a lucky ESPN Milwaukee fan and 3 guests. Hang out with your favorite ESPN Milwaukee hosts, play around at one of Wisconsin's most popular courses, and enjoy food and drinks throughout the day. Open up the contest tab in the ESPN Wisconsin app and register for your chance to win this fan foursome with ESPN Milwaukee.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Ever notice how wine enthusiasts often speak a completely different language? And while that language may technically be English, to most people it's anything but. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where we stock over 8,000 varieties of wine and speak many dialects of wine English to help everyone, from the wine novice to the master sommelier. So if you need an expert recommendation for wine, or maybe you know what you want and simply need help locating it, our experienced staff has got your back. No matter the budget, occasion, or your level of wine expertise, Discount Liquor will make you feel at home. Discount Liquor, unmatched selection, everyday low prices, a helpful staff, and 2 convenient locations. In Milwaukee on 51st and Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
Discount Liquor.
Summerfest is almost here, and we're going to send you to all 9 days. It's Summerfest on us. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app and register for your chance to bring a friend and have the best summer ever at the big gig. Summerfest on us. Register today in the ESPN Wisconsin app under the Contest tab.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our friends at Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of your house this summer and go to Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road circuit that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. WeatherTech Chicago is up next on June 6th through the 8th. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and Father's Day is Sunday, June 15th. Get Dad something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at Kringle.com and send Dad his favorite flavor, like their bourbon pecan. That's my favorite. To complete the gift, you can add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order, and you will be Dad's favorite child. Go to Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH and have it shipped right to Dad. Kringle.com or 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Torn. For those of you who have suffered through our video stream, and I think Hunter
that seems
summed
harsh.
it up pretty well. No, Hunter, tell people how you described the way we looked.
Like we were broadcasting from the face of the sun.
Yeah.
Angelic.
Was it better than the Middleton Sun Prairie East baseball game?
That's
kind of the standard that I look at. Like, is it good or is it Sun Prairie Middleton baseball good?
But you guys weren't on camera for most of that.
No, we were on
people
camera
just
the whole
couldn't
game.
see the actual game.
You're trying to watch the game.
Because I kind of forgot
Right,
about
it was
the
like
sun.
from the moon.
Yeah.
No, we had like the moon shot.
Boom. Yeah.
Well, this is three guys sitting around talking theoretical
Talking
sports.
ball. Yeah.
And I'm torn between, hey, it's great, we look normal now, and Jesse, you've been here for an hour and 47 minutes. Why didn't you fix it earlier?
Well,
if you were the only one who knew how to fix it.
I wasn't the only one who knew how to fix it. Hunter and I put our heads together during the commercial break, and we realized there was one solution of all. We had tried this every commercial break, basically, throughout the show, and
That's not true.
There was one idea we had that we hadn't tried yet, and it turns out that was the idea that worked. Einstein, all those light bulbs that didn't work, but he found the one in the end.
Wouldn't that be Edison?
I think that's Edison.
Heard it both
Thomas
ways.
Edison. All right, so I just heard breaking news. We're going to be joined by one of my favorite human beings. All of our favorite human being. Andy North is scheduled to appear. Now, is he on the grounds? Is he going to come sit with us, or is he calling?
He's had some stuff come up, so he will be. Last year we did the Andy North Hour, and
that was amazing.
Very well received.
God, he's so good.
We had a lot of fun with it. I saw him out here on Monday. Asked him if he was going to be able to join us again in person. He will be out here tomorrow, obviously for
He's got to rest up
for the shootout.
Who's he? Is he paired with Justin Herbert? Is he paired with Charles Woodson?
I
would think he'd be with Woodson.
I think I saw he's with Woodson, but don't quote me on
Yeah, you can. You know what's great? You can ask him.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you.
I will
That'd be
ask him.
Okay, good. I'm glad you will.
Herbert and Ham on a team.
A lot of H's.
Hambert.
Yeah, John
I
Ham.
actually thought they should have just done a whole hamburger deal. Is what they should have
So
done.
bring in Mitch Berger, the former punter
Yeah.
for Minnesota.
John Ham.
John
You
Ham.
got that fullback DJ Ham. There's a bunch of Hams.
CJ Ham.
Darvin.
Matt Hamilton. You got Hamilton, the dude.
Wasn't
Matt
there a
Hamilton.
linebacker, Jack Ham?
Yeah,
There was.
with the Steelers. Maybe Aaron Rodgers will wear his number. Speaking of hams.
I have no idea where you're going here, and I'm all right with that.
Not sure I know where I was going either. Yesterday we did a little one-act play that I interrupted and got you mad at me for. But
it wasn't that you interrupted. You were rude, and like you're completely dismissive.
Rude. Yeah. Not very nice.
Total jaywag is what you were. And that's fine, but then you do it. That was my whole point to you. I don't mind. Listen, I will take critique, but when you're doing it live in person, then you take over and do it. That's all. Like, I have no problem after, boy, wouldn't it have been better if you had done it this way? Yeah, probably.
We might have to cancel the rest of our summer tour.
Why?
Too much time together.
You think?
Yeah.
We're not even going to be together that much longer.
Yes.
So, boy, Nate's in his Nate Pokrass tournament director's in his disco gear today.
That is a great quarter zip, though. I'm very envious of that.
Yeah.
Is he going to join us for
No.
Feel Good Friday?
He's not, I don't think. Well, we can ask him.
He's got a tournament to run.
Hey, Nate!
You going to join us at 11:50? Yeah, he said yes.
Okay, see? I'm glad I asked. 11:50 for Feel Good Friday. Can you come? Can you put that in your date plan?
And bring us 3 of those
and
quarter
if you give us
zips.
some more of those shirts, that'd be great. That's amazing.
That's a good
That
look.
is really nice.
You look great, Nate.
All right, so
Tausch still needs Megan Maroney tickets.
No, we're good. We're good on that. Nate's the best.
So the tournament director will join us at 11:50. Nate Pokrass. What?
It's good booking by me.
Like literally, the two hosts just booked him by shouting at him on live radio. You had a great idea before you started doing that acting out thing.
Okay.
It was based on Jesse's time. I just had a bug fly in my mouth. Jesse's time in the jury box.
Yes.
And you wanted to help me remember exactly the setup. But
So the
one
point
was going
was-
to argue for or against Romeo Doubs in some way.
I think there's arguments on both sides of it. And I think it's going to be a decision how the Green Bay Packers go about it. It's going to come down to money and how Romeo does this season. But then we brought in the contract that the Ravens first-round pick,
Rashad
Bateman got. And that is not a deal that I think Romeo Doubs or any of these wideouts are going to be super interested in because it's not anywhere near.
3 years, $36 million,
Yeah,
$20 million guaranteed.
It is nowhere near what anybody as a 1 or a 2 would want. That's more of a number, like a really good 3 or a low-end
In
2.
2025, that's exactly what it is.
So all of these wideouts that are jockeying, and we went through the list, obviously Golden is going to be a rookie, and he's going to be on a rookie deal for 4 seasons. But Watson, Reed, Wicks, Doubs, they're all jockeying, and there's probably going to be 2 of them. You're probably looking at 2 guys that will end up getting paid some form of whether it's going to be a 1. I don't envision anyone getting number 1 money. Let's talking Jay Jettis and
Jamar Chase.
But I do think you're going to get some guys that will get Waddle. One of these guys is going to get a Waddle type contract, mid-20s.
Tom Waddle?
Jaden.
Okay.
That's kind of what I see, and what I thought would be fun is we could argue our case, and then Jesse, as the juror, could be the.
Yeah, I thought it was a great idea, and
The problem is I don't know if you felt strongly enough because I do not.
I think I can argue either side like a good defensive.
He could be a Packers defender.
So here is what I'll do. I am going to be on the attorney of I do not want to re-sign Romeo Doubs because that's how I feel.
Sure. Okay.
I think I look at it and I think if you get him on a smaller deal, I think he is a good wideout. But I think that what happened, and you can say all the right things, and these guys are. I believe your point, and I'll use as the defense attorney Jason J. Wilde from Wilde and Tausch Associates. I look at it
Peninsula.
I say they're going to say, go ahead, play it out, and go earn a deal somewhere else. We want you to play well. We're excited about it, but I have talked to many other players within this organization, and we have a certain way we do our business. You're a very important part to this team, but I've never seen a player leave.
Are you in your argument right now?
Yeah,
just so I know I'm.
Oh, okay.
You're next.
Didn't it sound like he was?
I should have been
starting
writing notes down.
Yeah, you
Well,
be ready,
jurors can't
Judge.
write notes down because I'm the bailiff. I'm going to rip your sheet up.
How about the fact that one of our listeners knew the bailiff?
That's pretty good. So
Terry knew the bailiff.
It's a tight circle. If I may, I've never been a
Objection.
I've never been a prosecutor, and I didn't think I'd be interrupted.
Or a banker.
So, while I appreciate what Romeo's done, my idea and what I am looking for is I want you to come, have a great season, have a big year, and go get paid somewhere else because I can't, as an organization, I know what that did to our locker room. I know how that affected the rest of our wideouts. I know how that affected our football team. And unfortunately, I cannot trust you I can't trust you that if we don't give you everything you want and get you the amount of targets you deem necessary, I don't know if we can trust you being a leader in that room moving forward. So we appreciate your efforts. Thank you. You had a great season for us, and now you're going to get us a nice compensatory pick back. That is what I think we should do in Green Bay. Thank you very much. Jason?
Your witness.
The case
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
He addressed me directly.
Hey, you're the producer of Wilde and Tausch? Oh, yeah, you really do a great job over there.
Thanks for tuning in.
I've heard it said that the person who represents himself has a fool for a client. But I, Romeo Doubs, stand before you pro se. I am representing myself in this matter. And I want to say, I made a mistake. I had more targets thrown my direction in 2023 than any other wide receiver on our roster. I caught the second most balls. I was the most reliable third down receiver we had on our team. Did I make a mistake? Did I not think through my decision to stay home from work and not tell anyone when I had played more snaps than any other wide receiver on the team through 4 games? When I had been targeted 20 times, and in 2 of those 4 games that we had played, our starting quarterback wasn't even playing, and we handed the ball to Josh Jacobs 32 times in one of them? I let my emotions get the best of me. I will not make that mistake again. I have learned from my mistake. I am going to be productive for this team. And if you're not comfortable and you're not confident that I am the type of player that you want on this roster long term, right now, that's okay. Now, after the season, you will see the kind of season I've put together, the kind of reliable target and teammate I am. And when you see that, you'll know that I am exactly the type of player you want on this roster. I am okay being a complimentary piece to Matthew Golden. I've already been mentoring him out of the kindness of my heart, even though he's taking steps away from me. I am ready to be the player that I am capable of being, and you have seen me be at times during these 3 years. So I ask you, should one mistake define my career? By the way, I'm on Team Tausch on this.
It's a good argument, though.
I mean, I am arguing. I would not bring him back. I am trying to. There's times when lawyers have to argue cases they don't believe in, right?
And for the record, I am in agreement that Romeo as a number 1 being paid as a 1 or a high 2 is no. If I can get Romeo Doubs on this Bateman contract and he has a good year, I am in.
Yeah.
But that is not where Romeo Doubs is going to be.
Then someone will. Now, let me ask you this, because
should we let the juror make his decision?
I think we know who he's going to pick, but please go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Jesse.
Verdict.
I agree with Tausch.
Where's that sign?
I put it in my bag so I wouldn't forget it.
Oh. You didn't even show everybody that.
I actually did. There were people that came by, they commented on it.
I'm talking about this. That's why we're on video.
So you want me to?
I actually got a gift that Jason appreciates.
That's why I put it in my bag instead of leaving it behind.
Not going to throw it in the garbage can on the way back. Look at that.
Tausch was right. The Tausch was right, Brick.
It would be even better if it lit up.
Well, you can put a light in it.
Yeah, you can doctor it up a little bit.
Get Gabe Neitzel's dad. He'll figure
and why
it out.
I would rule
I still owe him $90.
Even though I know
sure that'll get paid.
I know the defendant in this case, and so I would probably not be ruled to be on the jury because I'm.
You know Romeo Doubs.
I'm familiar with his work, and that would probably excuse me from the case. But you admitted to guilt in saying you made a major mistake last year. When you've got a crowded receiver room, any admission of
right,
anything
but I'm
that
not
went
being.
poorly.
I'm not, Jesse. You're trying me for a. That was already tried. I was already convicted and suspended.
I sure were.
I can't be tried. Double jeopardy is attached.
I like that movie too. Big Ashley Judd fan back in the day. Tommy Lee.
Did you see her at the Final Four?
Tommy Lee.
I did actually. I did. I was sitting adjacent to her.
Or
so
Tommy
yes.
Lee from Poison. Was it Poison? What was Tommy
That
Lee.
girl is poison. No,
that's
I don't
Belle
know.
Biv DeVoe. All right, so verdict, so we could get back to what we were about to say.
The money that Romeo Doubs would probably warrant because of the Rashad Bateman deal.
All right, I'm interrupting because here's the thing. We can say this about the Packers. My question for you, Mark Tauscher, is does what he did last season with the Packers impact how the other 31 teams would look at him?
Well,
because if he did that to the Packers, who's to say he's not going to do that to us if I'm one of the other teams?
Teams that are desperate.
So how does that impact how he might be viewed by other prospective employers?
It's definitely going to come up because it was so rare that something like that happened. So that doesn't mean I don't want to sit here and say Romeo Doubs shouldn't be a part of anybody's plans moving forward. And I'm not opposed to Green Bay bringing him back.
People are going to pay him though.
It definitely will because trust is everything. Trust in a locker room, trust in and when you can regain trust, but my guess is that you're never going to forget. And that's a tough place to be when you're trying to balance all those things.
And here endeth the 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. Andy North scheduled to appear to kick off the 11 o'clock hour, but we can't do that until Tausch has told us about his love of Coors Light.
Oh, boy.
I don't see the sheet of paper anywhere.
Is it? Would it be apropos if I had a Coors Light during the show? Can we do that, or is that illegal?
You can do whatever you want.
We're not on TV. We're on YouTube.
No, we're on TV, too.
No,
and
but I think there's I
see our great friends from Coors Light and Frank right over there. They know I love Coors Light. You know I'm going to have a bunch of Coors Light this afternoon. I can assure you that with our good friends over at Coors. Brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold packaged, and it is cold filtered because it is made to chill. And when I am having a great time at the Amfam Championship or at a concert, it will be Coors Light with those beautiful blue mountains in my hand. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company. Golden, Colorado.
Golden, Colorado. The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Freddie Coleman.
I still wonder exactly what this is going to mean for the Steelers being a contender in the AFC. Right now, as far as I'm concerned, Harry Douglas, that pocket is empty because we still don't know what he can still do. I know people who are Aaron Rodgers fans or numbers people, statistics people will point out what he did in the second part of the season with the New York Jets. But now he's stepping up in class. You're playing for that organization, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have a lot of Super Bowls in their chest. And it's like something you said, Harry Douglas, in a golden age of quarterbacks, specifically in the AFC, a man that's going to turn 42 years of age, how much does he actually have left that can be that difference maker? But when you're competing against Joe Burrow 2 times this year in Cincinnati, Lamar Jackson 2 times this year in the Baltimore Ravens, look at all the other quarterbacks in the AFC, and you're resting your hopes that a guy that's going to turn 42 will be enough of a difference maker with the team you have constituted right now in Pittsburgh.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Something amazing is happening in networking. Organizations are scaling with less stress. That's because CDW is designing and implementing intelligent HPE Aruba networking solutions that simplify and secure operations. With automation at the center of your data center, growing pains can be a thing of the past. HPE Aruba Networking and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Aruba.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now, live from TPC. The fans are streaming in as we get ready for the heart of round one here at the Amfam Championship at its new home, TPC, Wisconsin. There was a lengthy discussion among producers / supervisors, and the vote is, we love Coors Light on this show. They are a fantastic partner, Frank and the whole crew. It is against policy.
Yeah, I'm not going to have one, but I will probably at 12:05.
You can have one at 11:59, I think.
Maybe. We run long sometimes, especially if Nate joins us.
We look forward to Nate joining us to talk about all things Amfam Championship. He is scheduled to appear for our Feel Good Friday painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. We are.
I did hear an exciting development moments ago in the Amfam Championship leaderboard. Your first place team after 5 holes.
Tung Chai Jai D and John Daly?
Tung Chai Jai D and Brendan Jones.
At Hard Rock Casino Rockford?
I'd have to drive down and check. Thankfully, it's less than an hour away.
Takes less than an hour from your house, from what I understand. So we're working on getting in touch with Andy. But in the interim, so what's your game plan here, Jesse? Like, are you going to go cheer on Tung Chai Jai D because you are his number one fan?
I definitely will be throughout the course of the weekend. I'm actually back here tomorrow, too.
This is Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And sponsored by American Family Insurance. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on June 17th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in June 17th at 7:05 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check out your local listings to watch the game.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. The big gig is back, starting June 19th. 9 days, hundreds of musical acts. Summerfest in Milwaukee is the event of the summer. Plus, tune into 94.5 ESPN all 3 weekends for Summerfest Saturday. Enter for your chance to win tickets to the ESPN Wisconsin app or visit summerfest.com. We'll see you out there.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group. Over the years, we have helped many people fulfill their dream of owning their own business. Some stayed as mom and pop businesses, while others grew to have national reach. We worked with them to develop systems and procedures so their books were up to date in order to grow their business profitably, minimize taxes, and have less stress. Whether you are a brand new business with $25,000 in revenue or an established business doing $25 million in sales, we can help. We work with you to clean up your books and give you the information you need to know where your business is now and where it is going in the future. Don't wait. Start on the path to more cash in your pocket and no more sleepless nights. Call us at 414-325-2040 or visit neilgroup.net today to book a meeting. We can talk over Zoom, the phone, in our office, or your place of business. Yes, we like to visit our business clients. Call 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman's Brad Nortman. You hear me talk about Carbless and their refreshing flavors all the time. One of my favorites is watermelon, and Carbless just dropped the Watermelon Vodka Cocktail 4-pack. Perfect for chilling, grilling, or game day thrills. You know the drill. Zero sugar, unlimited flavor. Enjoy clean, crisp refreshment without the guilt. That's what Carbless does. Find the new Watermelon 4-packs wherever you get your Carbless. Crack open the taste of summer and get your bliss on.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
So we ran into a bit of a technical.
This love is a blaze. I saw flames from the side of the stage, and the fire brigade comes in a couple of days. Until then, we got nothing to say and nothing to know, but something to drink and maybe something to smoke. Let it go until our roads are changed. Singing we found love in a local radio. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say, but I can just figure it out and hope and pray. I told him my name. I said it's nice to keep.
That was a piece of information. So we're back.
This is Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
And now for the Pella play-by-play, here's Jeff Levering.
Thanks, Gina Della from Pella. What a beautiful day to have new windows and doors installed.
Every day is beautiful because Pella installs year-round during all seasons.
It's so hard to guess that next pitch. The customizations seem endless.
And it doesn't have to be super expensive. Pella has a product line for every budget.
And if it is time for a major upgrade, rest easy by scoring no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply on 6/30/2025.
Take your game to the next level with Vortex Golf. This employee-owned brand out of Wisconsin brings you premium rangefinders like the Blade, Blade Slope, and the Anarch, packed with features like image stabilization, pin spotter mode, and rock-solid accuracy. Backed by a legendary no-questions-asked VIP lifetime warranty and unmatched customer service, Vortex has you covered. Ready to upgrade your gear? Visit MapleHillGolf.com and search Vortex to see the full lineup. Vortex Golf, you can bet on it.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp recently surveyed more than 16,000 people and found that while 75% of people believe it is wise to seek support, only 27% of Americans are actually in therapy, and people stay silent to avoid being judged. BetterHelp has more than 10 years of experience matching you with the right therapist. We are all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout for 10% off your first month of therapy today. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Gear up for Quick Trip's Mountain Dew Quick Climb. Now through August 17th. Play free daily in the Quick Rewards app and earn bonus plays with every eligible purchase. Grab one with hot food. That's 2 bonus plays. Each week, the cash prize climbs by $5,000, all the way to a $250,000 grand prize. So open the app and get climbing. Your summer, your climb, your win. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents residing in Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan, South Dakota, North Dakota, or Wisconsin. Ends August 17th. Bonus plays require qualifying purchase. See full rules at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with Sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
Hey there, Brewers fans. We've got a new way for you to watch the Brew Crew this season. FanDuel Sports Network. And now there are more ways to watch the Brewers than ever before. Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network to stream all the action. Or, new this season, Brewers Baseball is now available on Amazon Prime Video as an add-on subscription. You can also access FanDuel Sports Network through TV providers, including DirecTV, Spectrum, Xfinity, Fubo, and more. Visit GetMyHomeTeams.com to learn more.
Make plans to stop by Third Ward Beer Garden at Catalano Square. Experience Milwaukee's favorite beer garden, the perfect spot to meet up with friends in the Third Ward. Open Wednesday through Sunday with live music Thursday through Saturday. Good times and great vibes await at Third Ward Beer Garden.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Hi again.
Hey, this is part of the deal out on the road.
First time.
We're figuring it out.
First time, long time. The fans continuing to trickle in here. Actually, it's become more of a steady stream now. Everybody's here.
Yeah, they're still waving. We're still having fun.
Only because you're waving
you
first. That
can't
doesn't
preemptively
count.
wave. That's fair.
Joining us now, which I feel like I've said a few times.
Third time's the charm, hopefully.
The great Andy North, two-time U.S. Open champion. You will see him here tomorrow as part of the celebrity foursome, along with Charles Woodson, Mia Hamm, and Justin Herbert. And as much as I love Charles Woodson, I hope that he is paired with Andy North. Andy, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Well, guys, I understand why your show is so successful now. You don't do segments, commercials for like 30 minutes. I mean, this is brilliant. It's brilliant.
Hey, it's all about revenue generation, Andy. You know how this game goes. Yeah.
Hey, fill up those bags, man. I love it.
And by the way, I watch you on SportsCenter. A lot of commercials on there too, right?
Not 30 straight minutes.
It's fair.
Very fair.
Andy, I can't even argue with anything you're saying. Andy, I guess saw you on Monday. You look great. You're going to be out here tomorrow. Can you kind of just, again, emphasize it's at a new course, the Amfam Championship this year, but what American Family has done in the course of this 8 or 9 years that they've been doing this, raising money, and you've been such a big part of it. Just how awesome and how important this is for the community.
Amfam is one of the great community partners you could ever hope for. You look at the Champions Tour, the really successful events have great community sponsors. It's not a national sponsorship, it's a community. And you look at here, you look at Des Moines, you look at in Sioux Falls. It's local people getting it done, and Amfam's been amazing. We've had a great run, and now we're trying something new. It'll be fun to see how this works this week. The golf course is in really nice shape, and hopefully the guys have a lot of fun and entertain the folks that are coming out there and watching.
No doubt, and there has been a really nice crowd coming already. Friday's always fun. Then tomorrow you have your celebrity foursome that you're doing. But how many times did you have team events when you played, and did you enjoy the opportunities, obviously, when you did do those?
I actually loved them. I played a lot of team events over the years. We've had a couple on tour, and then Liberty Mutual Legends, which was the first original, Champions event back in like 79 or 80. And I was lucky enough to play with Watson as a partner there a whole bunch of times. Lucky to win it a bunch of times. It's fun. You get a pair that get together and they know each other and they understand each other's games and you trust each other. Tom and I had a stretch of 6.5 years. We didn't make a bogey. It was an incredible run, and it was just, he trusted me to make pars, and he shot at pins and made birdies, and we had a nice run. So, no, it's a lot of fun, and it's not much fun when you get playing poorly and you look at your partner and he's got nothing and you got nothing, and, that's not much fun. But
it's like playing with Tausch.
Well, no, Tausch.
We set the all-time record in the celebrity for
yes, please.
Tausch should know, by the way.
So, Andy, what happens with what happens when you are in that? Because golf is such an individual sport. I know you have your caddy and your team and your sponsors, but it's you. I mean, you're out there, you're winning the U.S. Open. It comes down to you making a 10-footer to win it. And when you do the team game, if somebody's playing a lot better than the other guy, do you give looks like, yo, like if Strick and Mario Tiziani are playing and Steve's playing really well, is it just that's where it's so important that you know the guy that you're playing with? Because I would think that'd get frustrating if you feel like you're carrying the whole load, kind of like I do on this show.
Well, that that firsthand. So it is difficult sometimes, but you try to not to give your partner too many weird looks because you're going to hit one sideways eventually, and hopefully he's there to help. But it is a team event, and the one thing, they aren't playing any alternate shot this week.
Yeah, I wish they were.
That will free guys up a lot. You throw alternate shot in the middle of it, and it's a whole different animal. Then you get some really good looks going back and forth. But no, it's a lot of fun, and it's a little bit relaxing, and I love doing it. I love playing team stuff. I felt like I was a good partner and a guy that you could trust to make a par or make a 5-footer when you needed it. And that's what makes it fun.
By the way, Andy's a great partner. As I said, we were the champs in August. Okay, go ahead, Jason.
You are a great partner. I wish I had one.
Wow.
Dang, yeah,
it's getting feisty out here. Hey, Andy, you get a couple of technical glitches and somebody just goes like I'm running the technical side of this. Right. Yeah, okay, Jason.
Come on, no, I thought
that was really well done. Yes.
I thought the delivery sounded
kudos
serious.
To you. Is the funniest thing you said all day.
Yeah,
nice.
Okay. Andy, I give you 3 choices of anyone in the field, and they come to you today and say, hey, guess what? Tausch is playing really well. He played in the Pro-Am. He was the best player on the course. We're going to take you out of the celebrity foursome, and we're actually going to pair you with whoever you want from the field, and you're going to be playing partners in the tournament itself. Tausch is going to handle the celebrity thing. Him and Woodson were teammates together in Green Bay. They're going to be great together. Who are the 3 guys that you would love to play with in this tournament as your teammates?
Really good question.
There's so many guys.
Would it be John Daly who once threatened Homer to let him tee off and hit him and kill him with his tee shot if it happened?
You want somebody that's going to be solid, that's going to be in there every hole, that can make putts. That sounds like Stricker to me. He's been fighting some other issues going on, and it's not playing like he would like to, but he's a great partner because he can make a 10-footer if you need it. You look at a guy like Langer as another solid as can be guy. And everybody thinks, team, you go for every shot, you try to birdie. Yeah, you're trying to make birdies, But the key to a good team is both guys put it in the fairway, both guys put it on the green, and you both are putting for birdies. If you have 36 putts for birdies versus 22, trust me, you're going to be way better off. So it's not about gambling all the time. It's about guys that are solid as a rock, and you like them there.
So
I think those two guys all day.
So I'm intrigued because you did say you've played in some of these before. So this is a new format. It is obviously a change where we spent so much time wanting to see Jerry Kelly win it, wanting to see Steve win it, wanting Tung Chai Jai D to win it. It's a different deal. So when you played those team things with Watson, you talked a little bit about that. But how does the strategy work? Because it is so different than just playing for yourself.
Well, I think it was the way we did it. Tom was an unbelievable ball striker and a great driver of the golf ball, so he trusted that he could drive in the fairway anytime he wanted to. I hit first most of the time and just got up and freewheeled it, and then if I hit it in the bushes someplace, it's no big deal because he could still put it in the fairway, and you just trusted that your guys were going to be there, and he knew that I would work my butt off to get ready to play, as I knew he would, and you just trusted the fact that we knew each other's games really well. If something got going sideways, you could help each other out there a little bit, and you just it's so much trust. That's such an easy thing to say, but it's like Tausch. You got to trust the guy next to him at guard. If you trust that, and that's when you're good. Is when you each know what the other one's going to do, and you trust that it's going to get done right.
Andy, so tomorrow it's around 2:00 that we expect the Celebrity Foursome to tee off. Obviously, Charles Woodson has been a great friend of the program, is a friend of mine, is a friend and former teammate of Tausch's. Mia Hamm is an iconic women's soccer player. She's the GOAT. And Justin Herbert is one of the best quarterbacks in the game right now. What are the pairings? I'll be honest, I've become way, way, way more interested ever since Tausch stopped being part of this event. So who's going to be matched up tomorrow, and what's it going to look like?
Well, you're so into it. You should have been out there following Tausch when he was in it, but that's a whole
true.
other story.
You have to leave your basement to do that, though, so you won't do that.
It's true.
I didn't want to get hit by a ball like Gerald Ford.
Mia Hamm and I are going to play together, and right now we're lobbying to make sure she gets to play some tees that are moved up a little bit. We'll see how that goes. So we'll take the Olympic sport guys will take on the big time team football guys. So we'll see how that goes, and it's great that Justin just agreed to come and get Woody here is always fantastic, and it's going to be really cool to watch Mia play. All three of them have gotten into the game big time. They love it, and it drives them crazy a little bit, as we've seen in most of our celebrities. All these great athletes that retire or are getting, obviously Justin's not there yet, but you think you can play golf, and everybody wants to play it, and it's really cool to see that in our sport.
So you obviously have been around the state of Wisconsin and its golf treasures for a really long time. How much did you play here when it was Cherokee, and what does it mean to have it at this course? And what are you and Mia and Charles and Justin up against tomorrow? But more importantly, what are the guys that are out there today, tomorrow, and Sunday up against on this course after being at University Ridge for so long?
I actually was a member of Cherokee when I was in high school and played out there an awful lot. I think I might have been the Cherokee club champion. I don't know. But
wow,
the biggest thing,
in high school?
Yeah, the new.
He's a pro golfer.
No.
I'm not U.S. Open champion.
What did you think?
No.
He stunk?
No.
All of a sudden, clicked his fingers.
No, and then he was
in high school.
No.
What?
No. The debate was not about your greatness. It was about how long ago were you in high school was where I was going.
Oh, wow. Taking a shot at how old he is. Oh, okay.
Before you were born, by the way. So, yeah. No, the biggest thing about playing out there is that obviously there's trouble everywhere. And I think the great thing that they've got going for them this week, there's not going to be much wind. It looked like to me it's going to be 5 to 10 miles an hour all week long, which will not be a problem at all. With all the penalty areas and all the water everywhere, with a 20, 25 mile an hour wind, it would be really, really difficult. So I think that really frees the guys up this week just to go out and play. There'll be some really good scoring. The greens are perfect. There'll be a bunch of putts made. So, yeah, just getting two guys in play every hole is really the key.
Earlier, I was reported to be reporting, which I was not reporting. Neither is Rob Hernandez, longtime golf writer. But Rob and I were chatting before our show started about Tiger Woods being eligible for the senior tour, the Champions Tour, very soon. I know you have a great friendship with him. Will you lobby him to play in this great tournament once he's eligible? Because the theory that Rob Hernandez advanced, which is only his opinion and not any sort of reportage,
Big J,
is that he might really like the format because he will enjoy playing with a partner and all the other great things that come with the new version of the Amfam Championship.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much Tiger is going to play or be able to play. I mean, his body is a complete mess right now. Obviously, coming back from the horrific car crash, that it's amazing he ever played again, and then to play well a little bit, at least be able to play in a major championship is amazing to me. And now that he's got the Achilles on top of that, I mean, I don't know if he ever competes at a level that he's happy with again. And, he's not going to just be a show pony that comes out and goes out and slaps it around and shoots 78s. That's not going to be Tiger. He plays this game for one reason. That's to come out here and beat everybody's butts. And, I'm not so sure he can do that anymore. But we'll have to see. He's got a long road ahead of him. He turns 50 end of December, which is hard to believe. I was there in Milwaukee when he came out at 20, so it's a scary deal. But
hello world.
He's, it's one of those deals that he wants. I mean, I think if there's one thing he wants to do is win the U.S. Senior Open. There haven't been a lot of guys to ever win the Junior, the Amateur, the Open, and the Senior Open. He might be the only one to ever do that. So I think that's something he'd really like to do. But that's an event you have to walk. You can't card it, So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if he plays. That's awesome. If he doesn't, that's great. Whatever he wants to do, So just hope that he gets healthy again.
The annual Andy North Hour, which has been turned into a 30-minute period because of our technical issues.
Well, in order that we had to have 30 minutes of commercials to book Andy today.
That's right. That's true. Expensive
continues live from the Amfam Championship.
We couldn't afford Herbert.
Jeez. At TPC Wisconsin. Andy, speaking of guys who have torn their Achilles and are getting older and have December birthdays, Aaron Rodgers is back in the NFL. He will be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have been a good friend to him for many years, something of a father figure to him. I am curious, when you saw that news, what you thought and what your expectations are for him.
Well, I think that was kind of a foregone conclusion. Over the last couple of months. I think he just wants to get some things in his personal life cleaned up. We've got some friends we know of his that got some issues going on that he's been really close to and really helped through that period of time. And I think he needed to do whatever he felt like he could do to help before he committed to do this. And I think that's unbelievable. I think it'll be interesting. I don't know. Tausch obviously can tell a lot better than I can about the kind of talent that's on that team. And is there enough offensive line there to do what he needs to do? Is there a running back there that can do what he needs to do? Are there enough receivers? I don't know. I don't know. But I know he wanted to play. The last serious conversation I had with him, he talked about wanting to go out on a better way than he went out last year. And have more fun playing and that sort of thing. And I think that this is going to be, a great opportunity for him. I know he really likes the head coach and he appreciates organizations that are run properly. And I think because of that, we'll see what he does. Nothing would surprise me. He's so talented and so driven, and people forget last year he really got banged up and hurt badly early in the year, and he wasn't at all able to move until the last 5 or 6, 7 games of the season. He was, played a lot better toward the end of the year. So I anticipate that if he's going to be out there playing, he'll be able to be competitive and do some things and hopefully win some games.
Andy, obviously you care about him, and Sue cares about him. We did a poll earlier in the show, and I was pleased to see that there was not a high percentage of folks that are legitimately rooting against him not to succeed. But would you say it's your hope that down the road anybody who is maybe moved on from him, or just they say they don't care, that he will be welcomed back to the football heroes welcome that you would think he deserves after everything he did?
Absolutely will be. When they put his name up on that upper ring in the stadium, I think it'll be fantastic. I mean, he deserves every bit of it. I mean, he was the face of this franchise for 15, 17 years, whatever it was, and did a lot of amazing things. So I think that he'll be thought of as just like Bart and Brett, and the three of them are maybe the three greatest players that ever played in the Packer organization. It's pretty cool that some of us have been alive to be able to watch all of it. I got to know Bart really well and consider him a friend, and to be able to grow up as a kid and watch him play and then become good friends with him, that was really cool. Same with Brett, and same with Aaron. So, it's been a pretty neat deal, and good God, we sure appreciate all the things they did for our Packer organization.
How was Bart as a golfer? Did you ever get around with him?
Yeah, actually, yeah. He kind of got into it a little bit when he moved back to Birmingham. He lived on a golf course. He actually lived next to Bill Clancy when Clancy was down there working with at the Health South. So, you don't live on a golf course and not like to go do something. Trust me, there's not a lot of people that spend that extra cash to watch people hit balls in their backyard.
And you get all those free balls too. So, if you're ranking it, would you go Rodgers, Favre, Star, or how would you
as
set
far
that
as golfers?
up? As far as golfers, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Brett was pretty darn good.
Not a great putter, though. Favre wasn't a great putter. Awesome iron game, but couldn't putt.
Yeah.
And Rodgers,
and never paid when he lost his
Rodgers is a great putter.
Really?
Rodgers is a good putter.
Yeah, and he's at a point that it'll be interesting how deep he gets into the weeds with the golf once this season's over. I think you'll see him playing a lot of stuff, and he really loves it. I mean, he follows golf closer than I do, and I'm supposed to be reporting on it. He's got so many golf apps on his phone, and he's into it, and he can tell me what's going on in the Corn Ferry. I have no idea what's going on in the Corn Ferry. He knows half the guys on the Corn Ferry Tour. So, he's into it big time, and it'll be fun to see how, once he puts his mind to it a little bit, is he good enough to get out there and play in some tournaments and stuff, So it'll be fun to see what he does.
Aaron Rodgers and Tiger Woods.
Wow.
Was that not
Rodgers and Woods? Jason, are you reporting Rodgers and Woods is going to be at the Amfam?
Was that not the question I asked Jerry Kelly, and he told me I was a complete and utter idiot? Remember that?
Well, Andy's a lot nicer than Jerry.
So it was Andy's idea just now.
Tausch, I just say he's an idiot behind his back.
That's true. That's true. And
I would prefer that, Frank.
Via text messages and things like that. But that's funny. Andy, I'll tell you what, you don't want to get I've been partnered with Rodgers playing, and you want to hit good shots when you're partnered with Rodgers. Let's just put it that way. You get that wide receiver trait sometimes. If you don't hit it great, you'll get some of those side eyes. What are you doing? And all of that. But Andy, I guess before we let you go, how is Sue, and is everything good back on the home front?
Yeah. Thanks for asking. It's been, she went and saw the 2-week checkup with her surgeon, and everything's going great. Open heart surgery is a big deal, but they went in and fixed up a valve that was leaking and fixed that, and everything is great. And she's going to be back at it here before I know it. She's starting to get a little feisty when I don't get her lunch on time. So
I was
that's
just going to
my
say,
next
how
job.
is the nurse Andy North? Would Sue give you a great grade as far as taking great care of her at the house?
I would think that I would at least pass. I would.
It's a pass-fail
probably
deal.
like it. Yeah, I think we'll go pass-fail, so we don't have to get too high.
Yeah, we're not looking for. I mean, C's get degrees, right? Isn't that kind of what we're looking for?
Well, that's right. Unfortunately, we all had some of those. So anyway,
amen.
But no,
not
thanks for asking. She's doing great, and she's disappointed she's not going to be able to get out to the tournament this week, but she's going the right direction. So that's cool.
We'll tell her hello and heal up quick, and look forward to seeing you guys. Thanks for everything you do, Andy, and the
Appreciate it,
community.
guys.
Awesome for having you out here.
Thank you for you guys being out there this week. It means a lot.
Andy, we you know how much we love you, and we love Sue even more. So that tells you how much we love her.
That's usually the case.
I know you get that a lot.
That's a standard. That's everybody.
No kidding.
So,
that's a standard. I'm used to that.
We're glad she's on the mend, and we just appreciate your friendship so much. So thanks for making time for us.
Appreciate it, guys.
And thanks for underscoring all the great commercials that we run on ESPN.
And speaking of that, thanks, Andy. Hard Rock Casino
you
Rockford.
Go to another 20 minutes of commercials.
Well, we got to pay the bills, Andy. You know how that goes. Hard Rock Casino Rockford features over 175,000 square feet of gaming and entertainment space. We're going to be down there, in 2 weeks, and I am going to put a little something on Jordan Love, who's going to be out here this afternoon. Hard Rock Casino Rockford showcases a museum-worthy collection of more than 500 pieces of authentic music memorabilia, including items from artists like Prince, Cheap Trick, Eddie Vedder. I don't know if Megan Baroni's going to be out there, but she'll at some point, and Taylor Swift. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
We wrap up the week with a very special, although I don't see our quarter zips like that.
Well, I think they're in the mail.
Those are that may be.
That's a good looking.
Now I don't know if they're slimming.
They're not.
And the
Even
two
though
of
Nate,
us.
Well, Nate does a bunch of yoga. He's a yoga guy. Look at him.
But God, they're nice looking. You will see Nate and his great zip up on our YouTube channels and on Facebook and on Twitter, because we have the video feeds as well as Feel Good Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints, is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
St. Anne's Center for Intergenerational Care recently switched to James Imaging Systems for their document imaging technology. Why? CFO Sally Parente.
Well, I think that boils back down to the service. We have a good partnership with James Imaging.
With James, you get more than a vendor relationship. You get a local business technology partner.
Oh, absolutely. I can pick up the phone at any time, contact our representative, and he's right on it.
James Imaging Systems, business technology and local support for more productivity, more value.
Definitely. We're a nonprofit here. We have to watch every penny, so we really feel very comfortable in that area with James Imaging.
Comfortable enough to recommend James Imaging Systems to others?
Well, without hesitation, I would recommend James Imaging. They won't be disappointed.
James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our friends at Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of your house this summer and go to Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road circuit that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. WeatherTech Chicago is up next on June 6th through the 8th. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
Summertime is the time for all the big events. Weddings, milestone birthdays, even corporate events. Elevate every event with Noble Catering, a premier craft caterer in southeastern Wisconsin, preferred by over 30 venues. Noble Catering is also the exclusive caterer of Villa Terrace, an east side event treasure. And coming in 2026, Noble's new headquarters, a 400-person event venue in the heart of Bayview called Brixton's Turn. Book them for your event at noblecateringco.com.
Hey ESPN Milwaukee fans, Brian Balaga here for Surfside. Summer is heating up, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real brewed tea and real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. Look for the can with the sunset stripes, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Hey, every day can be a better day despite the challenge. All you gotta do is leave it better than you found it. It's gonna get difficult to stand, but hold your balance. I just say whatever, cause there is no way you're around it. Everyone falls down sometime, but you just gotta know it all.
This is great. Like, I didn't enjoy
the technical
issues.
We're on the clock.
Andy zinged us repeatedly for our half-hour block of commercials. Again, great job by our entire team here to get us back on the air since we ran into those technical issues. But what's great is we love Feel Good Friday, but a lot of times because we're not the greatest of clock managers, we rush our way through it.
Yeah.
That will not be a problem today. And it's the perfect time to not rush through it. It is Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. And joining us now, tournament director of the Amfam Championship. And I just, if you don't mind, I feel like, what sports did you play growing up?
I was a baseball player growing up.
All right, so I feel like
his son is a really good player.
I feel like you have a great last name for the PA announcer. Now batting, number 24. Nate Polkcrass.
Why are you yelling?
I like it.
That's my PA announcer.
Okay, that was
You've
really
been very
loud.
judgy today.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to go up to the chalet.
Me too. Works
glad
so well for
I'm glad
everybody.
I'm sitting between you guys right now. Yes.
Brass.
Yes.
All right. Oh, so Nate, can you kind of just go through, because we love it. We come out here every year. It was at University Ridge. What I guess were the challenges is being the big dog like you are of a new place, a new venue. What have been the big challenges in kind of getting this thing going?
Well, first, shout out to the team at University Ridge. They were tremendous hosts and welcomed us into their home, over the last 8 tournaments. So thank you to that entire team. And as we've spent the last 12 months here planning at TPC Wisconsin, really rallied around just outstanding individuals, talented in their own rights. It takes 100 vendors to bring this all together, 1,000 volunteers, and just bringing those teams together. Everybody's just aligned to the common mission and what we've produced here this week. I'm humbled, and it's proud to see this all come together. The feedback we've heard early in the week of all our guests coming in to play the Pro-Am and sponsor events has been tremendous. The player response has been great. And seeing our fans today, I mean, I've only seen smiles, so knock on wood, that continues throughout today and the rest of the weekend. But the property has turned out beautiful, and couldn't be more proud of the results.
Yeah, and I always love the Friday. I know you have a ton of stuff on Saturday, and then obviously the championship, and you crown a winner on Sunday. But I just think what's so cool about this is Friday, you have so many folks come out, business leaders, and it's just a great vibe. And then you parlay that into tonight's concert, which, by the way, I'm super excited to be going. This is a big star coming in over at Bree Stevens tonight.
Well, to touch on the first part of your comments, yeah, Friday is just a great day. The fans coming out, a great business sponsor environment day that they're all coming out and enjoying a Friday out of the office, and the crowd's great. And, some schools are still in session, so we see the bulk of the kids on the weekend, so we can't wait to have them on site, and they get a blast getting all the autographs and all that good stuff. So we're off to a really strong start. The weather's been phenomenal. And then as you transition tonight, Megan Maroney, we're thrilled to have her in town. Boy, she's an outstanding star right now, and can't wait to put on a great show. We're going to have a sold-out crowd, over 10,000 people at Breeze.
10K, baby.
Yeah, the last time we had this crowd was Toby Keith weekend back in 2019. Toby Keith and Jack Nicklaus were in town and had a phenomenal concert. We're looking forward to tonight. It's a great start to the weekend, that's for sure.
Nate, I want to go back to something Tausch was talking about. Look, having been to every single Amfam Championship that you've done as a show, and we've seen it grow, and it was it may not have always been behind the scenes because you know what all the hard work that goes in, but it was such a well-oiled machine by the time we finished last year. To get this new venue and to come out here and a new format, was it challenging, but also kind of invigorating? It did not get stale. I am not saying that at all. But you just kind of knew. You've been through it so many times. You knew exactly what you were doing. And now suddenly, all right, we're going to change venues and we're going to change the format. What has that been like for you to oversee all that?
Yeah, we were arguably at the top of our game at University Ridge.
Not arguably,
and then to reinvent yourself. You see it with athletes, golfers and other athletes. They're at the peak of their game, and they get like, hey, let's find a way to get even better. And certainly it was a challenge. You can't deny it. To start over basically is what we had to do and rebuild an entire sporting venue at a whole new property. All new logistics, different part of Madison, is tremendous amount of work. But we have an unbelievably talented group of individuals that came together, and it's probably no different than some of Tausch's teams with the Packers. You have the right formula of players, and it all comes together, and that's why he's won a Super Bowl. So that's for us too. We got a great group of people, and came together, and we figured out a version. There's always tweaks. We've already got our eyes on a few things. I'm going to guess 99% of the people here never see them, and that's okay. But we're as good as it is, and we feel today. We got to even get better tomorrow and even next year. But hell of a start for us, and
dang, you're like
proud of the fans.
You're like Vince Lombardi of the Amfam Champ. We got to be better tomorrow, and then when something isn't going right, what the hell's going on out here? Eh? Do you look at yourself as the Lombardi of this whole operation?
I wouldn't go that far. Definitely not that far. But
more of
he's so humble. I love putting him on. He doesn't like compliments. I love seeing him get a little bit squirmy.
Well, and Tausch, we just said it a minute ago. You can't get comfortable. It's as soon as you get comfortable, something goes wrong. So, but it's again, I keep going back to the team, and I know Tausch does that when he talks about his teams at the Badgers and the Packers. It does take that. It really does, and we have a phenomenal group of individuals who are extremely talented, and I'm just happen to be the one fortunate talking to you guys. But kudos to the team out in the golf course right now.
So you can't get comfortable. Is that what happened with Tausch after he won the first celebrity foursome that you have not.
I learned
again?
before Nate chimes in here. I learned a hard lesson. When the host and without Steve, none of this happens. I think we can all agree on that.
Yes.
Obviously with American Family, but that partnership, I learned a hard lesson. Winning is great. Like, it is great to come out here and throttle the host with Andy. But what happens is then you go bye-bye. And so there's a lesson learned, Nate.
Maybe you should have missed that putt on 18.
Well,
I don't
two.
know.
We ended up winning by 2.
Okay,
so
well, I
had
guess
to miss a couple of shots.
I'm glad he definitely remembers. That's for
He
sure.
does.
Yeah,
doesn't remember what he had for breakfast.
That's
but he
fair.
remembers how he won
you
that
know how this game goes.
He's got the pin flag still on his.
I don't even know
wall,
if I got that. I should. That's
but,
true.
He got the mic drop though. I know Mark wants to be back out there, but he also did a mic drop. So he
That's fair.
won and done and won it. Hey, nobody else can say that.
So upgrade notwithstanding. You've still got Andy Reid.
Andy Reid's coming?
Andy Reid.
Whoa,
Congratulations.
Super Bowl.
You
Wow,
took
what
him
a
away
move.
from a competitor and everything. Way to go.
Wow.
You've got Andy North here.
Yes.
Charles Woodson, Pro Football Hall of Famer. Mia Hamm, who for most of us is the icon, the GOAT of women's soccer in this country. And Justin Herbert, who's one of the up-and-coming great quarterbacks in the NFL. And, oh, by the way, you also have Jordan Love as a brand ambassador.
And he's going to be out here today.
Yeah, it's fun to bring a cross-section of entertainment here at the Amfam Champ. We got the best of the best of professional golfers. But now we get Jordan Love coming through this afternoon. You talk through the celebrity group, and it's a cross-section of sports and entertainment you've seen throughout the year, from musical artists to Olympians to professional golfers now to the legends of women's soccer. So could be more thrilled to welcome Mia, Justin, and Charles and Andy. As you know, Andy, he's royalty here in Madison, and we're thrilled to have a partnership with him.
All right, Nate. So all this fun stuff. This is great. We all love it. But what it comes down to is we're raising money for the state of Wisconsin, and that's really the big part of this. So tell us what you've already done, what the hope is, and why this is so meaningful. I know I always love when you see Steve get choked up when you hand out those checks to the that's what this is about.
Yeah, we talked a lot about changes, but the core mission hasn't. That's the one element that hasn't changed. All proceeds right back to charity. That's what's great about the PGA Tour. Everything stays local. We've raised nearly $20 million since inception. We're going to pass that threshold this year. Over 1,000 grants to hundreds of organizations around the area. Children's Hospital being the primary one, but so many organizations that are near and dear to all the fans' hearts. Can't wait to build on that growth, but it doesn't happen without sponsors, fans, all our volunteers, and of course the Stricker family. We've got a great formula, and we're going to keep giving back to this community while everybody has a great time watching some the best of the best in professional golf.
Well, Nate, that is what it's all about, and we appreciate that aspect. We do love it when we get to have Steve on and he talks about those numbers because he gets emotional.
Just
then
love
too.
seeing that, man. It's the best.
And so especially here at this course and with everything that has changed, like you said, that has not, and that's what's great about this. What also hasn't changed is you still let us in every year. I don't know if after the technical problems, if we're still going to make it back next year. I hope so, because this is the highlight of our summer. And Tausch and I don't really get along very well together in person, but it's always worth that sacrifice to do the show here at the Amfam Championship.
Well,
we appreciate
I talked about 99% going well. Maybe the 1% is
if this is
your technology, so it goes a little better. But hey, but no, separately though, thank you guys. You guys are great friends of the tournament since the beginning. You share our story. You tell the great with all your listeners. We appreciate it. It means a lot to have you out here and sharing the good word and talking sports, talking golf, and talking community. So thank you.
And I can confirm that there are a lot of smiling faces because we've watched them all come in, and some of them have even waved to us.
Yeah,
and some of them have done a different hand gesture. I'm not sure what it means.
I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of fan clubs and other gestures. It definitely, I don't know who's pointing at who, but you guys are obviously well loved because I see a lot of people waving at you too as well. So kudos
Nate,
to both of you.
Thanks so much, buddy. We appreciate you. That's it for us live from the Amfam Championship, but our programming continues all day long. Jim, Matt, and Molly next, followed by KBN. This has been Wilde and Tausch. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Rivals meet again when the Brewers battle the Cardinals June 12th through the 15th. Come for a duel between the Contreras brothers on the diamond and stay for one of the best weekends of summer. It's Tropical Day, Saturday, June 14th, featuring a Brewers straw hat with special tickets.